Bada bing, bada boom. Welcome to the 10th year anniversary live stream.
Now, of course, you didn't know that I was already streaming when you said that. So you just stole my intro. You stole my intro on my own anniversary live stream. That's just not fair. Alright, I am, of course, General Lotz, and here we are after 10 years. It took us 10 years to get to this. 10 oh-so-long years. I'm, of course, joined by Mr. Theta, a.k.a. Vulcan, a.k.a. everything. You know, the kids these days and their nicknames and their Fallout 3s and all the rest.
Yeah, and you old men, your Halo 5s and Fallout 76s.
God, that is the tragedy of our age, is it not? Now, for those wondering what I'm playing, this is Wardust. I have the link in the description. You cannot get this off of ModDB because Disney shouted, "Nay, you shall not play this mod." Basically, what Wardust is it's a total conversion for Doom. It'll run with any Doom level, and it runs pretty well. This level here is actually something you can find on the id Games thing. It's not a forum. id Games thing. I forget what it's called at the moment. This is Spacewars. It's a Dark Forces themed map. But this is an absolutely excellent TC. I actually like it more than Brutal Doom and Project Brutality. Why? Because I love Star Wars. And it just converts it. Now, some of the textures won't work in the Space Wars mod, but it will work in the other ones. It basically is a complete and total game changer for the Dooms. For Zahadoom, and it makes me very pleased. Let's see. And hello, Textorm. And hello, Dude. And the weekend's going pretty well for the 10th year anniversary. I forgot to grab the yellow key. 10th year anniversary, I got me 2 pieces of pizza, very large pieces, and I ate some pecan pie, which is the absolute best type of pie ever devised by mankind. One thing that's kind of sad about the pizza, though, it's a pizza place I haven't been in over 5 years, and they literally jacked up their prices half again as much. Where once you could get 2 slices for $8, now it's $8 a piece. So yeah, I'm not going back there anymore because $16 for 2 pieces of pizza, yeah, no thanks. It's good pizza, but it's not good. It's not $16 worth, I'll tell you that.
Did you call him a ripoff artist and kick him in the shins?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Alright.
But yeah, it's kind of annoying though that the prices have risen that much. But I guess everything's going up everywhere, isn't it?
Pizza's like gas prices these days, am I right?
Actually, the gas prices aren't that bad. There was a time when about every week I had to spend somewhere around $75 to fill up. Every week.
What?
Yeah, so...
What? Okay, are you driving a Hummer?
No.
What is this?
Well, you know, you gotta go to work every day. That's a trip. And that's not just... That was, at the time, it wasn't just for me. You know, you have to... 1 car and there's 2 jobs and 2 people, well, you know, you gotta drive back to and from everywhere, and you can have the best gas mileage in the world and it's still gonna run out. That's just kind of how that goes.
Wait a second, you had 2 jobs?
No, it was me. Well, I was with someone at the time, and we both had a job, and you had to drive to and from there. That's gonna be at least 2 trips, you know, per day, because it's... Oh, 4 trips, I should say.
Oh yeah, carpooling.
Yeah, you got,
Well, not really carpooling, though, right?
It's sharing a car, yes. So I guess you can kind
yeah.
of say that. I have played Alien Trilogy on PS1. I've reviewed it. I've live streamed it. I've done all I can for that game. In the large-scale conflicts of gaseous spheres of light, yes.
And remember, kids, if you drive alone, you drive with Hitler. Join a car-sharing club today.
Damn. I mean, oh yeah.
That was an actual, like, World War II.
I know it was. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh crap, I'm so dead. Okay, let's get out the old conch rifle. Alright, now, the Mancubus here is supposed to basically be a Dark Trooper, I think. Even though it is very obvious that it's a Mancubus, but whatever. There's only so much they could have done before Disney shut them down. Surrender immediately. Screw you. Now, of course, you'll notice there's no music being played, because if it was, the video would get, or the live stream would be taken down immediately. But yes, 2009 was when this started up. Now, this was not the very first YouTube channel, though. There was actually a channel prior to this one. And all that was on there were videos that were basically just music videos. Goddamn fucking Stormtrooper. Yeah.
Wait a second. John, are you telling me that you did anime music videos?
It wasn't well, you know, it depends on if your definition of anime is anything animated and not strictly Japanese animation. But no, it was movie clips, TV show clips. I did one for the Clone Troopers from the then new Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated series. Not the crappy one with Ashoka, the real one.
Something. I've heard that at least has got at least some respect. Some people's words, not mine. So.
Back in the day, I forgot I was subbed. Channel that got me into Doom. Ha! Well, I'm glad I got you into that. And Chris' eyes have autism. The mod, I put the link in the description for this mod. Halo 2 needs SPV3. Yes, that would be quite cool, but it'll probably never happen.
Wait, what happened? What about SPV3?
Well, it is unlikely that there would ever be a Halo 2 SPV3 because I don't think the game is nearly as moddable as the original.
Oh yeah, not to mention that Masters actually hates Halo 2, so yeah.
Well, I don't hate Halo 2, I just would like it to where you could cut out all the Arbiter levels because I don't like Arbiter. But you know, Halo is not that good of a game series. I'm just going to go out and say it. It's not really that amazing. Especially compared to, you know, Jedi Knight and Jedi Outcast. Just saying. The level design is...
But you still like it.
Yeah, but it's not as good.
Well,
Crap. That is so cheap right there. They all spawn, and they hurt. And they hurt bad.
So are you? So I can take in solace to say that Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast is better than Halo 4 in your opinion.
Yeah, easily.
Easily. Yeah.
See, you gotta remember, just because I like Halo 4 doesn't mean I think it's like the greatest thing ever 111. As the kids...
I know.
As the cool kids say today. Fucking Stormy. Oh, that's cat. And hello, Jacques. Stormtrooper closet, yep. Needs to make sure its EU content is explained in game. Not right. Well, you know, I don't know. It depends on how you feel about certain things. I think the Halo novels are actually better than the games, in terms of story at least, but I was quite fond of those back in the day. Sadly, you know, the Halo books today just aren't that amazing, especially with Karen Traviss at the helm. What's ironic, though, is I'm a big fan of Karen Traviss. I don't know what happened, but at some point she went nuts. I'm not really sure why.
She went nuts? Holy shit.
Well, okay, her Mandalorian stuff was great. And then it's all like, the military-industrial complex is bad, man, and we just gotta all live in peace and crap like that. Okay.
Oh, she just went political and shit.
Well, okay, here's the problem. She's not wrong with what she says. Too bad the universes that she's working in, well, you kind of need your military-industrial complex, otherwise humanity goes extinct. In the Gears of War...
Not to mention, it's a series called Star Wars.
Well, no, she didn't say that in Star Wars. She said that in Halo and in Gears of War.
Duh.
Okay, in Gears of War, if humanity didn't have a military-industrial complex, they would have all died! In Halo, if we didn't have a military-industrial complex, they would have all died!
The Covenant would have ground our asses into dust to make their bread.
Pretty much. So, yeah. I'm not really sure why she thinks that.
Well, from what I've heard about, like, you know the Jalahang, the brutes?
Yes.
I've heard that, at least in the extended universe, like even novels, they're absolute savages. Like, legitimately, like, they eat humans.
Yeah.
They eat their enemies.
Yeah, that's been canon for a while.
Yeah. Wait. That's been canon or decanonized?
That's been canon for a while.
Okay, okay.
I actually kind of miss the fact that the brutes have been retconned into always having been part of the Covenant military. One of the things I really quite liked was Halo First Strike, wherein they were introduced as this new villain that had never been seen before. So it gave them an air of mystery that you just don't get today. Okay, let's try. Shit. I've got exactly 1 hit point. 1. Yeah, I'm gonna die because I have to run just. There we go. There we go. Save.
So, actually speaking of Halo, how did you like Halo Reach?
That's pretty good. I mean, you gotta remember, these days I don't have that many games to play just because there's not that many games for me to play that I haven't already played that I like. There's never gonna be another Jedi Knight 2 for me, or another KOTOR. And so, as far as I'm concerned, Halo Reach is fun enough.
Fun enough?
The story isn't particularly amazing. There's some issues with technology, but by and large, it's not bad. And thank you, Chris, for the $5. And I will keep up the awesomeness. And hey, even though you didn't know it sooner, now you can just look at the backlog. You don't have to wait for me to put out another video. P.O. Box. The only problem with that is, it'd be about $50 a month. And while that's not a lot of money, it does add up over time. And so that's one of the reasons why I haven't done it yet. Is at least here, it'd be $50 a month. I think it's cheaper elsewhere, but the closest one, that's how much they want. So, I'm kind of screwed on that one.
Well, the thing with PO boxes is that you get crazy people. Yeah, enough said. Unabomber.
Well, I'm not really too worried about that. I'm not popular enough that the crazies want to take me down yet.
Oh, I'm pretty sure someone would be crazy enough.
Yeah,
but
I'm
a stalker, remember?
Yeah, but see, he didn't care enough to actually, show up at the house. He just called. So, for me, the stalker, I'm just popular enough for the crazy call, but not popular enough for them to show up. See, I just can't make it, I guess.
You're not a John Lennon.
Yes. John Lennon. Besides, unlike John Lennon, I actually got, the arsenal. God damn, that guy hurts. The Arsenal of Freedom. Now, one thing that's kind of cool that I'm going to do next week is not next week, the week after next, is I'm going to actually get to meet Larry Correia. He is a famous writer who wrote the Monster Hunter International series. And it's quite cool. He's going to be doing a book signing in the old Hughes Towns. Now, so wait a minute. The Empire uses Barons of Hell? Yeah, that sounds like something old Palps would do. Finally, I get to meet Larry Correia. I like his Monster Hunter stuff and his, I forget what it's called now, Son of the Black Sword. Even though his stuff is very, shall we say, Mary Stewish, or Marty Stewish, as the case may be, it still is damn good. You can't put it down. And I'm not going there to get it autographed for myself. Instead, I'm actually getting some good light side points by going there and getting a copy for my grandfather.
Grandpappy.
Yes. I could have given you my physical copy of Epic Mickey 2. Not that! The Star Wars crossover, the Empire attempts to weaponize demons and worships them. $60 for 6 months. That'd be nice. Yeah, you gotta remember, Houston is not the cheapest city to live in. It's not expensive by, West Coast standards, but it's still a bit pricey. EA doesn't need the Star Wars IP because they only made 2 games. Yeah. That was a bad move. You know what's funny? I did have a friend at the time who was like, EA, they'll do a great job, right? I was like, sure, man, sure.
Actually, incidentally, for, demons and, Palpatine, you could probably, have it, the quote-unquote demons would just be, horrific experiments with Sith alchemy or some shit. That's pretty much what demons in the Star Wars universe would look like. And you can just say, these are pure Sith, man. I don't know. It's not like it would really work that well. Actually, Palps kind of did do something like that. In the Dark Empire 2 comic, Palps actually makes dark side beasts known as Chrysalis, Chilicis, or something like... What? They're Rancors, but evil. They're evil Rancors. And they look kind of cool. They could, rip apart ATSTs, but honestly, they weren't that useful. And also, you gotta remember that the, oh, crap. Ah, crap. See, look.
the Baron of Hell isn't that bad, whereas the Stormies, they're the ones that are doing the most damage to me. Just train up a bunch of more Stormies. They're way more useful. The problem with, like, demons and crap is you gotta train them, you gotta make sure they don't turn on you and eat you, whereas just training up a bunch of troops and giving them a rifle will work a lot better. But it's not as flashy. Not as flashy as all, at all.
You know that Palps likes his Force Lightning, so of course it's gonna look flashy.
Hey, Force Lightning's not too bad. Can I run out the door? Yep, run! As you can see, they do a lot of damage, especially when you don't have a shield, although the shield looks like little Stormtrooper helmets. Now, this is an excellent TC. I actually got many, many years ago. Sadly, I no longer have it because it was on a hard drive that died. And I'm really unhappy that I lost it. I had a fan make for me a Star Wars high-res texture pack from Minecraft before Minecraft became cringy. And it was really, really cool. Like, the moon was a Death Star 2, the swords were lightsabers, and the little pictures that you can make were actually Star Wars pictures. At the time, I used to post stuff to a website that no longer exists called the Nerd Station. It was something that I created. And there's a little Nerd Station picture, too, that was also Star Wars based, because the Nerd Station picture was the Yavin Station from KOTOR, which was a very early form of DLC, which I never actually had back then, but it was a neat little station. It had a bunch of cheat items on it and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, maybe if you had a rifle, you could actually hurt me. Oh, no. Star Wars Tor isn't bad. The hell portal leads a wall. What the demons to pay for it. Hey, you know. Ever read Dean Koontz? Yeah, I have read some of his stuff. I'm not really a big fan of his work, though. I've read the Frankenstein book series. Let's see. And I've been quite well, Jason Armstrong. Quite well indeed. And thank you, Shane. I'm going to keep working for another 10 years. Since 2012, that's when everything started kind of picking up. GamesTogether.com. Oh, yeah, I already... Rainick mentioned that last night, and I got the Endless Space. I'd actually heard of Endless Space, but I never really played it. Oh, crap. I just heard a sound and got shot in the back by a goddamn...
Oh, it's Rage. Hey, Rage.
Road Rage.
Hello.
Road Rage. Eating road killer.
So, Rage, where were you in the space year 2009?
Oh, shit. Had a Nintendo Wii.
Well, that's something.
Well, I got a Nintendo Wii. I think I got rid of it. I think. I don't know.
I think that's when we got that Wii as well, but nobody ever used it afterwards. And yes, the 10 years have been quite good. You know, it's been a lot of changes since 2009 versus this year.
You're live streaming, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't expose your secret identity.
I don't have a secret identity. I hide in plain sight, like Bumblebee. No one would suspect the shitty car would actually be... Oh, wait, now he's a stupid... Actually, no, he's not a stupid concept car anymore, is he? Because that Bumblebee movie is apparently supposed to be pretty good.
Because it takes place in the 80s, yeah.
Which it should have taken place in the first place, but whatever. You know what's kind of funny, though?
These days, we should be happy when they actually get shit right.
Well, yeah. What's really hilarious, though, is the very year that movie came out, I was actually still in high school at the time, and I was reading... There are some Transformers novelizations, not like kid novelizations either. I'm talking like real novels, or like people get killed. In fact, the novels I was reading, Optimus Prime and Megatron and all the rest, like get kidnapped by other aliens, I should say. And like no, I don't think that's what they were. I think they're just random ones. And those books were fucking hardcore too. There's like a scene where like they're trying to get... And then, of course, since it's the Stormtroopers, since this is Transformers, they want, you know, the Autobots and Decepticons to fight. So it's like, if you don't fight Optimus, I will kill this human. And it's like, this giant, like, Xeno picks up, like, some woman and, like, rips her in half. I'm like, whoa, that's not what I was expecting. I thought this was just old-fashioned hero stuff.
Like, is it big tentacle monster or some shit?
No, this is a real novel, not some sort of fetish crap. But
No, I mean, like, what was the aliens like? That's what I mean.
I don't remember. I haven't read that book series in, oh god, 15 years.
But you know, look what you've done a lot. Every time Tenma comes up, he immediately goes to fetish now.
Didn't
My
Raven develop
God.
X-Men Legends? I don't... Yeah, I think they did, if I'm not mistaken. I never actually played X-Men Legends. I played X-Men Legends 2 on the PSP.
It's just like when we reviewed Chud and there was a talk about monsters eating people, and I go, "Oh, sounds fun if you're into vor." All your fault, Peter.
Right.
I never knew what that was until you told me.
Oh god, this is
Oh
disgusting.
my god.
I used to be a relatively closed-minded individual.
And yeah, there was that Star Wars Transformers thing where like Darth Vader transformed into the Death Star and like Chewie. Okay, you know what's funny about that? I'll get back to trying to shoot those guys in a minute. Okay, I remember these sets. You could get Han and Chewie, and they combined into the Millennium Falcon. So let's just say that in that universe, Princess Leia is going to be kind of lonely at night.
Yeah, they've been weird toilet pet, sure.
Wait, what?
And yes, the Fallout 3 review does have me gunning down criminals as the Batman. So I think Beast was probably like limited to like some console, because they did that with some of those games back then. Where like you had to like some consoles would get some characters. They did that with Marvel Ultimate Alliance, where like you had to have like the Xbox 360 version to get Captain America or something.
That's bullshit.
Should we continue the discussion of life in 2009?
Yes, I kind of got
Sure.
distracted. Oh, I didn't finish
I think
this. No, go on.
I think I only had broadband internet for a year, but I didn't get it till like 2008.
That's about. I got mine in 2007 and introduced
Before
myself.
that, it was dial-up. And downloading YouTube videos to watch them because the
I didn't even know what YouTube was until 2007.
Your death goes there.
Hi.
Oh, it's Mario. Hi.
Honestly, I didn't know who that was at first. I was like,
We're talking about life in 2009.
I don't think Mario was even born yet. So,
He's like, what,
What?
20?
19.
yeah, see, he wasn't even born yet.
I think he would have been 9.
Yeah, so still a child. Still
We're
play,
actually 1 year apart.
still playing on the leapfrog.
I mean...
I'm trying to remember if I even had a capable PC back then. Maybe.
Well,
That was
hang on a sec.
nice.
What the hell's going on with this game?
at that time, I didn't have my own. Well, okay, in 2009, of course, I had my own computer. I built my first gaming computer in 2008. When we're talking about like early.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay. If we're talking about like early experiences with the internet and like stuff like that, I didn't really do too much internet stuff until 2007. My grandfather just got a new E-Machines PC that had high-speed internet, and that's when I started watching. The very first YouTube stuff that I watched was not like reviews or anything like that, although the first YouTuber I started watching was AVGN. But the first stuff I started watching on YouTube was actually X-Men the Animated Series, because it had been uploaded there.
there.
And I started watching that, you know, and... Oh, I walk over here. I see. And then we go past Babadoo's decaying corpse. Be nice if I had some fucking shields, but whatever. On the N-Gage. Yeah, like, who does own a fucking N-Gage? But by 2009, I already had a computer. I had the...
I had a friend who owned all of those.
Why?
You'd always get them.
Discord?
The Gizmondos?
Discord, I think, is lagging. Like, everyone's kind of, like, voices are sounding, like, kind of robotic or something.
Weird.
Weird.
Oh, we got the Dark Troopers, and we got a guy in a white uniform. Oh god, it's one of those. It's the guy from fucking Rogue One. These are Rogue One things.
No, not Rogue One.
Not more. I mean,
So Lotz, about 2008 is when like the first like Roku player came out, and like only it was called the Netflix streaming player. So that's like about the time when Netflix was launching their streaming service.
You know, I was aware that Netflix had existed, but I never really thought to use it. I didn't really do much of anything like that on the computer. Oh, fuck me, no.
Well, I used the disc ripping service for a while. It's still around too. They just call it DVD.com.
Okay, look at this. Look at this. Look at the stream. Look at the stream. I got 12 health, and I saved right as he's shooting at me. So, I can't actually survive to get out of the way. Aha!
Oh no.
God mode. I'll turn it off, and get immediately shot in the back. Oh, no! I did it again.
No.
Die, Rogue One Trooper. Okay, here we go. I'll take God mode off. Save that. You know, but in 2009, I didn't really know as much about tech as I do today. Like, I knew how to build a computer, and I did. I did that in 2008. Had a dual-core, 3 gigahertz AMD processor. I forget what it was. And I
had a gateway something back then.
Yeah, that... I did have a gateway back then, too. It was a laptop. I got that in 2007.
Before that, it was like a Pentium 4 with like a gigabyte of RAM and stuff. You could like barely play Half-Life 2.
Yeah, we had kind of similar machines back then, because before I got that laptop in 2007, I was still using a Dell laptop from 2002. That's what I played all those classic PC games on. It didn't even have a gigabyte of RAM, though. All it had was 256 megabytes.
Oh my
Left 4 Dead 2 was like the first major return of like gaming and Steam and like online games and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't really care about Left 4 Dead, so I didn't play that for, you know, until 2011.
That's how I met Mad Dog inside that only Lotz knows. Was through Left 4 Dead 2 back in like December when I got the game.
Yeah, see, back then I wouldn't have considered even playing that kind of stuff. I did not play such things.
You don't say such things because you were the illustrious General Lotz, not a Neanderthal hemoglobin.
That's one of the things I wanted to mention in the live stream is something that's kind of that you might not know is that I didn't have any friends until 2010. And that's one of the things I'm very thankful of that kind of came from this YouTube channel. I was going to mention it in the video, the 10-year anniversary like video, but I cut it for time because no one cared.
The audio quality is kind of robotic for some reason.
Sometimes it is.
God damn it. Fucking Stormtroop. Fucking Stormies. I'm going to blame the Stormies.
Robot.
Stormies.
Brave Star is on YouTube as well. I know what that is. I haven't really seen it, though. Had a mod because X-Men Legend 2 on PC and Ultimate Line. That's great.
But in 2000,
modding is not hard. You can just look up the walkthroughs online. Check out the comic.
Get
Black
GZ Doom,
Ops.
and then get your PK3 files and paste it over GZ Doom, or get ZDL.
Still have
Command
that gateway, but like it has a new CPU and more RAM and stuff.
Nice. I still have the old Gateway laptop, but
It's what my mom used for the internet and it works fine.
nah. Yeah, that Gateway laptop, I'm saving it just for nostalgia. It still works, but the battery died, and the power cable got so frayed it no longer works. So I'm kind of screwed on that one, but it wasn't a very powerful laptop when I bought it. And but I could run Empire at War, and most importantly, I was able to run Dawn of War 2, or no, Dawn of War 1, I should say. Got the Platinum Pack. I'll tell you this though, the thing I got the most from YouTube though, over the decades, is friends, which might sound kind of cheesy, but in 2009 I had 0 friends whatsoever, and there weren't really many prospects to get any because I wasn't gonna like go somewhere where there were like people and like try to talk to them because they'd be like, "Will you be my friend?" It's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I have dignity, goddammit. But through YouTube, inadvertently, I have started meeting people, and it's quite cool, actually. So I've become a bit less, shall we say... These are also some really awesome levels. Spacewars. I highly recommend it. But it's quite interesting to actually have as many friends as I do now. I have more friends now than at any other time, and they're actually cool people.
Okay, does John sound like he's lagging, or like the voice or whatever?
Still living in
Like,
the past.
anyone?
I don't know why it's doing that.
It's probably just Discord taking a shit. Like, in general, let me check the status.
A technological defecation, eh?
But in 2009, I was in 3rd grade, and I watched Bionicle videos on the YouTubes. And, even though I only had the PS2 copy of Battlefront 2, not any gaming PC whatsoever, because when you're 9 years old with PS2, that's the only thing that registers video games. Oh wait, my family Mac had like Chromic Rally or something.
Mac.
I think
But a horse, a Texas horse.
Torse.
2009 is like out when like Android 1.5 came out.
You know what's funny about that? I didn't get a smartphone until 2013, and even then it was just a used iPhone 3.
Yeah, the iPhone 1 came out in 2007, I believe. And then Android kind of matured later on.
I always conflated Android with the Droid operating system, you know, the thing that, like...
It's amazing how much can happen in 10 years.
Yeah.
No, that's the phone with the ads that had Droid. You know that voice?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they had to pay Star Wars to license the name Droid.
Even though,
Yeah.
technically, RoboCop got away with it. The Ed 209 is the enforcement droid.
Oh, that's what I heard. I mean, it could be a rumor.
I do not know. Okay, let me grab a... And Jacques, unfortunately, no. No. It'd be nice, but no. Such is life. But I am going to mention that, though. If it wasn't for YouTube, I would have met that particular person, who shall remain nameless. And what's kind of interesting about that is it was a Star Wars book review that I did that actually introduced said person to me. The Back to War, actually.
I'll be back.
Wait, what? What did you say? Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Paul Confadis started mapping for Doom in July 1996. Composed his own music in 98. Started work on Doom Spacewars in 2013. Favorite Doom WAD, Master Levels, In-Game, Requiem, Eternal, Genesis, Scythe 1 and 2. I only know a couple of those. So I guess that's the guy who made this particular mod. He's been mapping for a while, it seems. It'd be nice if he gave me some more armor power-ups, but whatever.
Maybe he'll just come into the stream and say, "Fit good." Maybe.
I have no idea if that person does or not. It's one of those things I don't really think about too much. See, that's one of those subjects I don't like to talk about it because it actually is pretty personal, and I don't want anyone to get embarrassed, especially me. But I'll tell you this though, I was, despite it not ending in the way I would have liked it to have, it was everything I'd ever wanted though. That's why I made some of those depressing videos when that immediately ended. Because it's like, oh, here's the happiness and joy you've always wanted. Oh, well, it's over now, bye. But hey, you know, that'll happen. And from some of the horror stories I've heard from other people, you know, I kind of got lucky on how that ended. You know, when relationships end for other people, it goes a lot worse than how it went with me. For me, it was primarily just emotional. For other people, it goes considerably worse than that, so, yeah.
I did remember a time where when I checked on your channel, there was
crap.
videos at one point. There's 0 videos.
Oh, yeah, because see, I was so, like, super depressed, I was like, I'm just going to delete the YouTube channel. Thankfully, my brain cooled down, and I did not. I actually put them in private mode. It's like, I don't care about these things anymore.
Oh my god, hang on a second.
But hey, you know, stuff like that'll happen, you know.
This friggin', I swear, this audio is killing me. I swear I'm about to, oh my god.
Hey, back in my day, we were just happy to hear a word. You realize the first 2 words ever actually transmitted via the internet crashed whatever computer they were using? It was low. They got low out, and that was it. And then the whole thing crashed. No joke.
Okay. But this is 2019, so...
You know, in the future, they could be saying, like, wait a minute, we have subspace radio, and yet I'm talking to someone from Omicron Persei 3, And you know, what's with the subspace lag?
God, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. Hang on.
You know, it's
Oh,
like
no.
Starship got blown up over there, and everyone's just worrying about the audio quality. Let's see. Resident Evil 2 remake. No. In fact, I just don't. I'm not. The thing is, right now, I just don't really care to play it. Resident Evil 2 is not a bad game, but it's not. Let me put it this way: there's some games that I consider like my games, the kind of games that I really like. And Resident Evil 2, while it's a game I like, it's not like my game. A game like this is sort of like my game. You know, it's Star Wars. You got blasters, shoot the stormtroopers. I like Resident Evil and the whole series well enough, but it's not like they're my games, so to speak.
Okay, what I just did fix it. It might just be Discord because it took me quite a while to connect once I clicked on here.
That is weird. It's technological.
It might just be Discord having weird hiccups.
Yeah, welcome to the
I don't know if I
future.
agree with Harry Barnes all that much. I think you can. However, that whole relationship started where we were. However, I got quite impressed by who she was, the things she said, and it's like, well, you know what? Why not? Had she turned me down, I still would have been friends with her regardless. But, you know, thankfully, I wasn't turned down. But alas, it was not to be. Although, I'll tell you this, though. One thing I will say, though, is that when something's bad, try for something that's not as bad as it could be. Case in point, it's not like we both lost interest or ended up really hating each other. It just sort of ended quickly, so to speak, which I feel is better than just a slow slide and decay. It's one of those things that unless you've actually been in a relationship, it's kind of hard to explain. So, yeah. At the same time, I still maintain that relationships can be deeply rewarding, as that one was. Crap, I'm being shot by everything from everywhere. Because a lot of people are kind of afraid of relationships these days. I mean, I can understand why, but see, like, for me, you know, if I want to do something, I'm not going to let fear of potential consequences get in my way. Because one of the things you hear people talk about a lot is like, ooh, Western women are bad. And I think, like, you know, some are, but not all are. It's just one of those things. You know, you got to find the right person. You got to find the right person with the right mindset, and if you do that, it doesn't really matter where they're from. But that's the prevailing thing. That's the problem with the internetings is you get kind of like meme culture where like one example can be used for like everyone, and that's just not really the case. If you would have asked me in 2009 if I would ever date and eventually marry somebody from California, I'd be like, yeah, right. Because you know how Californians generally act, right? Well, it turns out that wasn't 100% accurate, and, well, it turned out I was incorrect. So that's just something to keep in mind. Just something to recognize that just because something can be a trend, also apparently the imps are using imps, just because something can be a trend does not mean it really applies in all ways. So, wait a minute. Doom Guy is fighting through Star Wars. Well, it looks like the imps are screwed. Doom Guy versus Darth Vader. You know what? I'm sorry. I think Doom Guy's gonna win because while Darth Vader might be angry, the Doomslayer is just a little more. It's just a little angrier, just a little. You know.
Oh, here's the thing with double-barreled shotguns. That's technically classified as a slug thrower. So, yeah, good luck to fucking that Vader.
Yeah, you know, Darth Vader's easy enough to kill. Jedi and Sith are not hard to take down. You know, all you gotta do is, like, drop a rock on them.
All you have to do is to not get a blaster and get a slug thrower.
Well, even then, I'm talking like the big level bastards, because Sith aren't nearly as powerful as, say, a Chaos Sorcerer. A Chaos Sorcerer will eat a Sith for breakfast.
Oh, that's
probably literally.
always nice to know.
Probably literally, because you gotta remember that a Chaos Sorcerer can literally warp time and space. A Force user most likely doesn't. And the Force is really portrayed quite inconsistently. It's like, why can't Vader just stop the Millennium Falcon by grabbing it with the Force? And don't tell me he can't because he has robot arms. Why would the Force care? But whatever.
I'm back.
Yay.
It's because of power level. And Jock said, on a lighter note, has anyone here tried the PUBG mobile version? That's actually a darker note. Oh
I don't know. I don't play the PUBGs. I'm not young enough to do so.
I played regular PUBG in it a few times and had fun with it.
And see, you know, Rage is like 21. So of course he'd play it.
Well,
But,
if you have the right group of friends, it's pretty fun.
bah, it's too popular for my tastes. I will not play it. Actually, to be honest, I don't even really think about it, so I don't care. But,
I'll never forget the time when somebody was trying to snipe two of my friends, and I just jumped the van and backed up into the sniper.
crap.
No, actually, speaking about
You said
friends,
it was like fun with the right group of friends. I'm like, isn't anything fun with friends? Like watching The Room is fun with friends. So
Right.
playing Resident Evil 6 with friends. Now, Reykjavik.
no, that's not something that's fun with ever.
Oh, come on. Like, actually, Reykjavik actually has made a video about Resident Evil 6.
Hey, you're supposed to be talking about me.
Yeah, I know it's shite.
It's not fair.
I mean, I didn't buy PUBG. A friend bought it and was like,
It's-
"Come play with me." I'm
Well, I
like,
meant like
"Okay."
Resident Evil 6 is. It's shite.
Like, it didn't say it was good, but at least in his experience, it was entertaining in all the wrong ways.
I think Resident Evil 6 is great with a friend.
Resident Evil
friend.
6 tried to appeal literally every audience, and in the process appeal to no one.
No, I think you're thinking of Dead Space 3.
It's good.
No,
as, like,
Resident
a
Evil 6 tried that too. So
It's a ridiculous action game, which is obviously the wrong choice for the Resident Evil franchise, but
here's the thing too, like they tried to like make each campaign different. Like Leon's campaign is like creepy and like horror based. Chris's campaign is the freaking action movie thing. What's his face?
Leon? Wait, did you already say Leon?
I just said
Lotz, who doesn't really care for the Resident Evil series, probably enjoy the hell out of Resident Evil 6.
Well, yeah,
I
no,
like
no.
the books.
Yeah, I like the
Big
books. I like the books, but
what's this? Jake Wesker. Freaking Wesker somehow has a son who
Oh my
also
God.
who also has Sherry Birkin from Resident Evil 2 tag along with him. That campaign is basically, I think, like quick time events and like just general close-up combat and stuff.
You could
Ada's
tell they
cam-
were getting inspiration.
Ada's
from the
campaign
movies.
is literally puzzles.
And Textorm, alas, no. Finding someone is not an easy prospect, especially if you're me, because when you have such high standards, you can't just find anybody. It has to be the proper person, you see, with the proper mentality, and then that's adding in body types and things of that nature. It's not something that's easy, and especially when you're me, you don't go that many places where there's a lot of people that congregate, so I'm kind of screwed on that one. Effectively, it's one of those things of you can't go looking for someone, they have to find you. That's actually how it happened the first time. Crap.
On Lotz.
1 second, I'm trying to kill invisible droids. But, yeah, it's like, I found the person who shall not be mentioned. Well, actually, no, she found me because of the Back to War. So, if some attractive, highly intelligent, and highly, common sense-based person finds the Star Wars video, and is like, hey, would you like to talk? Then I'll be happy. Also, Duke Nukem, level texture. Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, I'm checking the debug for each of everyone. It's like 50, 70 millisecond delay, even though it says the connection is like only 12 milliseconds. It's definitely something wrong with Discord right now.
Let's see. Vader can't... You would think that Vader, with as strong as he is, could just be able to do it. In the books, he can do stuff like that, but I think it's just plot armor. Crap, fucking... I like how the pinkies have been changed to Gamorrean guards. Like, that's the thing about Java. It's like, okay, why would you even hire a Gamorrean? Just get a generic guy with a rifle, and he's going to be much more useful than an idiot with an axe. I'm just saying. to Super Saiyan. Alt F4. Save.
Yeah, I wonder what that does.
I remember
what
when
that-
it was Control Alt Delete twice to restart your computer.
Gee, I
It
wonder
isn't
what
anymore.
Alt F4 does. Gee, I wonder.
Man, that level is tough. Chiron Sector, Imperial Stronghold. This is a really good map pack, actually. I'm quite enjoying it. Oh, really, Crow?
I mean-
Really, Crow? Are you joking? Really?
What happened?
Look at the chat.
Oh my, we gotta,
Oh, God.
I've gotta see this.
I'm
What is
going
it?
in.
Okay, it's going in.
Actually, you know, that's not wrong. But see, okay, now watch. Okay, so so the person who should not be named was from California, right? Now, what I find funny about that is, I of course didn't know that at first. And so, I was quite surprised, to say the least, that this person wasn't a screaming Berkeleyite, like at all. And it just kind of got better as time went on. It's like, you know, what? You're not stupid. Whatever next? And so that was kind of cool. Now, let me guess.
One of the tunnels.
Wait, what? Oh, crap. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of...
I think you missed switching one of those tunnels.
Well, I got in here, so it doesn't matter. This is a big-ass level. Look at this. Look at the size of this thing.
Those are Half-Life crate textures, I see.
Not Half-Life.
Wait, what the hell? Why do they just have normal crates up there? They're normal wooden crates.
Because. It's space wood. It's greel wood. Oh, crap. What is... Oh, it's fucking... It's a Mandalorian.
No. Like, I'm serious. Like, they're not metal crates. They're literally crates. They're literally wooden crates.
Well, it's steel wood. That's what we're gonna call it. Steel wood. That probably is a thing.
Continuity is just, or consistency is. I just don't.
Well, this is a fan-made mod, so it's just like the partial invisibility is the exact same sprite from. Oh, those are Half-Life crates.
Oh, here you go, Lotz. Findyourforces.com.
Wait, what?
Like-
Findyourforces.com. So worth dating.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what?
I would not even consider that, because I can guarantee you most of them are going to be screaming Berkeleyites. So...
Anyways,
You can't just find someone, they have to find you. You have to be in the right place at the right time, and it has to be the right person. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. At least for me, that's the way it is. You wouldn't see me just going on, like, Tinder or something like that.
I was gonna say something about this. Oh, why is there an
Come on, kill him. They take a lot of damage. But at least they drop armor.
I was gonna say something regarding what you're playing or whatever.
Wardust.
Yeah.
Portlandia.
I
Yes, the Battle of Berkeley was hilarious.
I'm
I'm not too worried about... What's shooting? Oh, there it is. I was literally shooting at the wall. But yeah, 2009, you know... I actually used the editor that I bought at that time, all the way up until 2012. It was ULEAD Video Studio 11. And you know, it wasn't bad. It really wasn't. The PC I had at the time did not actually allow me to edit the camcorder. I still use the same camcorder as well from 2009. It's a Canon Vixia HF200. It outputs into it's got a pretty good picture. It's 1080p. I mean, 4K. You know what? People that are more popular than me don't use 4K, so I don't care. But at the time, the computer was not powerful enough to actually play back the footage that I had, so I had to kind of guess what was happening and where to cut, because I couldn't actually see it in real time. Because that dual-core Pentium just couldn't... Not Pentium. Dual-core AMD processor just couldn't handle it.
I imagine after some time you kind of were able to get it down properly.
No, I couldn't actually run it real time until I got the Phenom X2. Now, of course, with the processor I have now, it works just fine, but that was the issue then. Ulead Video Studio had it was a decent editing program. No one seemed... All the early videos were created using it, so it must not have been too bad. And I used that pretty successfully. Initially in 2009, I would still be using the old Logitech mic. It was a headset microphone, actually. And the audio wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't very good, but you could hear me at least. And that's really all I cared about, is can you hear me? And the answer was yes. Using that. What's funny is the very first couple of... Actually, no. By that point, none of the videos had that in it. I made some practice videos prior to Aliens, the arcade game, and a few others. And what I used at that time was a Rock Band microphone. Because, hey, it's a USB microphone. It wasn't that bad, actually, but the Logitech headset mic worked a lot better, though. And I would use that all the way until 2010, when I'd finally get the microphone I'm using today, which is a Samson studio condenser microphone. And it sounds really good. I have no reason to upgrade from it, because it does everything I needed to do. There's no reason to spend the money on something that might not be as good. And some of the early video, the early video schedule was an example of how the videos would actually kind of be made throughout the entire decade. Initially, I would have an idea of some sort, and then I would do it. And then I would somehow change my mind, and then said idea would lead to something else. Like, initially, the first two videos were going to be Aliens, the arcade game, and AVP, the arcade game. But it didn't turn out that way, because I wanted to wait till I was better at making videos to actually do the Aliens, the arcade game video. Not the Aliens, the arcade game video, the AVP arcade game video. And at the if you look at the end of Aliens, the arcade game video, I'll actually say, and next time we will look at blah blah blah. Originally, I don't do it today, but originally I was going to say, in the outro, I was going to say the name of the next game I was going to review. But as would so often happen, the next game would be something completely different from what I said, because like something would come up, or I'd find a game I'd rather do instead. So I just finally gave it up after a while. And what's really, really, really funny to me is the second review went through so many different revisions. Initially, it was supposed to be AVP the arcade game, but then it wasn't. So then I was like, I'll do Fire Shark, and then it wasn't. And then finally, I settled on Jurassic Park, the arcade game. And I would eventually review AVP the arcade game, but it wouldn't be for like a couple of months. When I did the first theme month, which was the Aliens theme month. One of the biggest problems early on making videos was proper file compression. Ulead Video Studio didn't have MP4 file compression. In fact, what I tried to do is use a DVD compression software, because you remember those little discs? Yeah. I initially tried to use that, and I would compress the videos down to DIVX. I'm sure most of you don't even remember what that even is. And it looked like crap. Now, what's sad, really, really sad, is that most of the surviving old videos are usually in some really horrible format, because that's the only format I had access to, because I've lost 2 backup drives in the last 10 years, which was quite aggravating, to say the least. Because that's where I'd have, like, the master files, the uncompressed ones. And so, a lot of the videos that would be re-uploaded due to YouTube issues and things of that nature, they're the crappy YouTube copies, because that's all that survived. These days, and since 2010, I've been using a file compression called F4V. You need a yellow key to activate this object. Okay. Good, it's not a puzzle, because it's not actually rendering properly. But these days I use F4V. I've never been able to get MP4 to work right, no matter what I do. But F4V does work pretty well. That's what every video is pretty much in. And... oh crap! Really? Really? They're just standing there? Let's see. Most cases, females don't prefer the male to ask them out. At least you got those glasses. Seem intelligent. Seem intelligent.
Oh, you seem intelligent.
And yes, Dominic, I remain among the living. You know, it's funny. People always talk about how thick the glasses are. It's like, these are actually a much more stylish form of glasses than I usually had. In fact, case in point, these are my backup glasses, but I wore these glasses for 8 years. And I gotta say, you know, these don't look bad, but damn. It's like, compare that to this. It's just like a night and day difference. See, I don't actually replace my glasses that much simply because they're extremely expensive. Like, you can only get glasses this thick ground in Finland. I'm not even joking. That's how bad my eyesight is, unfortunately. And
What do you say about guys with thick glasses?
and big feet and big hands. So what does that say about Haredevil?
Poor vision.
I have size 13 feet.
You know, all I can say is Colt Navy. And not the Snubby either. Although the Snubby is actually historically inaccurate. Colt Navy. Look it up. Actually, I'd even go as far to say I'm also historically inaccurate because it's not 36, it's 44. Oh! Now, how many people are going to get that joke? Probably none. Now, I did actually put in a dick joke into the Alien 3 The Gun video that no one actually got. It was that subtle. No one got it. Because one of the comments was like, well, what gun exists that if you release it, you can regain the gun power? No one got what I meant when I said that. And if you think about it for more than a second, you'll probably get it. And there's a lot of probe droids.
We don't need to go from dick jokes to probate.
Well, the proctology droids.
Oh. Oh dear.
But 2009, still rocking Windows XP. XP Professional, actually. The only reason I was using that is because Windows XP Home Edition did not allow for 4 gigabytes of RAM. It would always max out at like 3.35 or something. And my then new gaming computer had 4 gigabytes of RAM. Oh my god!
4 gigabytes of RAM. Oh my god, you're living in the future, man.
That's a lot of holy crap.
That's like that's a lot of
Dedicated RAM.
random access memory, my dude.
Dedicated RAM, as Minecrafters would say. So yeah. So yeah, that was something that was quite cool. And my initial graphics card was a NVIDIA something that ran things quite well, actually. Eventually I upgraded that to a Sapphire something or other, I forget what it's called, but I was able to run Skyrim at all high, no anti-aliasing or anything. I was able to run it like that. I would eventually upgrade to Windows 7, primarily because I wanted to be able to use the microphone function on Fraps, because I hated trying to synchronize audio because it was really, really tough. Never could get it right, no matter how hard I tried. I actually encountered a weird glitch with Borderlands 1, in that on Windows XP it would crash every 5 seconds, but if you opened up Minecraft, it would actually not crash as much. I'm not really sure why. But once I got Windows 7, it worked just fine, so I don't guess it really matters. Okay.
I think Vista was out around that time.
Yeah, but I had heard that Vista was bad, and I had it on the laptop, so I was like, fuck that. I'm being shot by everything.
Didn't Halo 1 or something we try to make like a
No, Halo 2.
or something?
Halo 2. It only checks for one file, so it's easily disabled.
Hail to Vista.
Platoon of Death Troopers versus 8 Xenomorphs. You know, it's funny. The old Death Trooper was very different. The original Death Trooper was actually a zombie stormtrooper. So, my money's on the thing that can shoot back. Versus the Xenomorph who can't. Okay, charge out there. Okay, time to put God mode on. Because that's a lot of goddamn Architrons. And I am live streaming. It's a good excuse. I'll turn it off. Just want to get out where I can not die. Alright, gonna chuck some rockets at these guys. Oh, how the rocket launcher just kind of throws a rocket at them. Although technically this is a mortar launcher, which in real life isn't that useful. Let's see who else. I use the same keyboard and mouse for many years as well, but these days I use that really clicky one. If you want to blame somebody, blame Rainick. He isn't actually here, so he can't defend himself.
Yeah, we can, like, probably call him in or something.
Well, I sent him a message. I already sent him a message, but I can assume he's, like, resurrecting a paintball launcher from, like, 1902 and turning it into a phase plasma pulse rifle that can, like, melt through steel.
I'll make me ghillie suit.
Either he's making food, or he's melting down medieval swords to make them into paintball markers or some shit. I don't know.
He's making a combination ghillie / gimp suit.
Oh my! You know, when you mentioned that, my brain immediately went to American Horror Story. I'm not really sure why.
Huh.
But going back to 2009, you know, I was a very different person at the time. I was actually kind of mad about the world. Thought I would never be happy. I wouldn't go that far. If somebody suggested such a thing, I'd be like, "Do you take me for a fool, sir?"
Oh, so you're just a little bit more pretentious back then. Alright, gotcha.
I would said do keep it. Okay.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is, you know, I had to deal with, like, school and people always kind of being mean.
Right.
And so I was still just kind of in that mindset. You know.
People being nerds.
The important thing is you grew out of it.
Yeah, you know, that's the important thing. See, if it that's one of the things I hate about public school. It's like, people are always like, oh, public school's great. Yeah, not for everyone, okay? If it had been for public school, I never would have become an asshole.
Yeah, but it wouldn't. If it wasn't public school, wouldn't like be making the person you are today. Yeah, that's it.
You know, it makes me think of like those old like pulp adventures where like somebody gets like enslaved and they have to escape, but they become like some sort of manly man of manliness. It's like, still, I'd rather avoid the bad stuff. You know, just saying.
Made fun of a lot of people too.
Yeah, it's not good. So that's why I hate public school. But hey, I didn't stay an asshole. One of my favorite writers, Chris Nuttall, had to go to boarding school, and evidently they just like straight up tortured him there. So like he's still all like kind of messed up even to this day, and you can kind of tell in his writing too. It's like everybody is an asshole in his books, more or less. But his books are still good.
Everyone is a meanie bag because my boarding school was full of meanie bags.
Hey, you know, the difference between boarding school and public school is at boarding school you don't get to go home, whereas yeah, you're stuck there all day. It's basically like a prison, more or less.
So they had a high school for you.
Has been going okay. And the senior year, I'm taking a college class on the side, so...
Psychic?
I think he
So
quit.
you can mock him. Psycho Mario, where are you?
No! Don't mock him.
And I hear that, Silver Wings, my accent! What accent, as Arnie would say. I'm not
pretty sure Arnie's well aware of his accent.
What accent? That's from, the one with the kids, Kindergarten Cop 2. The accent, okay, ooh, I wonder if I should show that. I kind of want to. Okay.
2009, that's when Avatar came out.
God, I saw that about a year later. Made me want to see King Kong and Iron Man, because that movie was so fucking boring.
Sorry, what were you going to say before I interrupted you?
I was going to say, okay, so my accent technically comes from the schoolings. Okay, so as a native Texan, I had a super Texas accent. Like, I was a Texan's Texan when it comes to that accent, right?
You have video evidence of that. You should share it.
I know, I was thinking about that. I wonder if I should do that in a minute. Dig that out. Shit, stop shooting me, you fucking storm. Anyway, I got made fun of it so much at school by the time I went to middle school. It must have started in 2004 because there's video evidence for me still having it in 2003. They made fun of it so much, I eventually just kind of subconsciously started changing it. It also coincided that around that time I started watching a lot of World War II British documentaries, and so I kind of sucked that up and got those pseudo-British, Russianese kind of thing, you know? But it was all because those stupid fucking assholes at the schools. If you really... I still remember that fucking asshole, that piece of anyway, I'm mocking that one kid. I don't know who it is, don't know what he looks like, but I remember what he said. If you want to learn to talk Texan, just talk to him. Fucking shit. Oh yeah, remember, public school is great! You learn all sorts of great things there. But anyway, yes. It was thanks to people like that, thanks to viewers like that, that I lost my Texas accent. And got this weird one that I have today.
I don't think it's weird.
British.
Yeah, so.
I just say it's a dignified accent. That's
It is
all I
dignified.
say.
I still sounded good even with the Texas accent.
2009 was also the year where Star Trek came out. Glorious Bastards, District 9.
Oh yeah, District 9, aka the Halo movie.
You know, I
It's
never
not
actually
the
saw that, believe it or not.
I was working at a drive-in back when those came out.
And, well...
There were drive-ins in 2009?
Let's see.
It's still around.
Yeah, kid. Yeah, son. Oh, let's see. Where is that footage? Which tape is that from?
Hello, Dad. I'm your son.
Oh, what
that
tape is...
movie, The Road.
Yeah, I remember that.
Summer.
Oh, tape 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Zombieland also was an 09 flick.
I didn't I didn't see that till 2012. Let's see. Playing it on an
Sherlock
Xbox
Holmes.
One.
With Robert Downey Jr.
So, I'm glad you liked that Alien 3 The Gun video. I was quite fond of that one. That was from December 2009. Wow, brilliant. From the future! No, 2009. I discovered that quite by random. I certainly never played it back in the day. It's one of my favorites just because it's really silly. Okay, so here's something funny. Just to show you the difference between then and now. Okay, I used some clips from, I almost said The Office, but what's that Mike Judge film? It takes place in an office? Office Space, there we go. Okay, so, at the time, there was no way to actually import that file into my video editor. So what I had to do is I had to fraps record the VLC screen. However, the graphics card at the time couldn't actually record that full frames, and that's why it goes really, really slow. Because that's how weak the computer was back then. Let's see what else. What other clips were in that video? Oh yeah, the clips from Aliens. That one's really funny, actually. The early Aliens clips are all from my old PSP copy of Aliens. Now, when I say PSP copy, what you used to be able to do what I used to have to do back then to put movies on my PSP is I'd have to take the DVD, use a program called DVD Shrink, and that would just yeah. All it would do is just rip the files into VOB files. Then what I had to do is I had to take another DVD program. It was a DVD copy program, but it wouldn't like rip a disc that was already, you know, that was copy protected. And all it would do is it would convert it into different file formats. And so I would convert it into PSP MP4, and it looked like shit. But back then we didn't know. It's like we could watch a movie on a game machine. Oh my god! You know, like these days it's pretty funny, but back then that was high tech. I remember one of the PSPs from that time too. Like you could get a special Wi-Fi module, and you could get on Skype with it. I never did, but it's like you young whippersnappers take things for granted these days with your smartphones and your GURPS and your Resident Evil 2s. back in our day, it's like just having the ability to watch a crappy MP4. That was like the height of technology at the time.
It was so high tech. Oh my god, I'm trying for the math right now to see how technobabically logical this is.
Okay, which tape is that from?
What?
I'm trying to find the tape here that has my... I want to say it's tape... No, it's not tape 4. It's got to be tape 3. Or maybe it could be tape 2. I'll put it on the second monitor. Okay. Okay, good. That's not showing up on the stream. That means I can dig through here real quick and try to find that tape for you guys. Or y'all. I don't like using y'all anymore because the SJWs stole that word from us.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, here's me.
How?
Well, they use it as derisively. Okay.
Like, it's like, shouldn't y'all to them be a word of white supremacy or some shit?
Okay, here's something funny. Let's see if it'll be as funny as I hope it is. Okay. Oh man.
What?
See. All right. We'll see if I can. No, I don't want to show that because there might be stuff in the background of me and my grandfather sword fighting. It's me with a lightsaber and him with that wooden sword that I just showed in that video. God, there's a lot of banned shit. I mean, there's so much banned shit here. Oh, there was a bad day.
Man, Blu-ray's been around for 12 years.
That's just horrible. There we go! There's me. Oh, man, this is... January 24th, 2003. Okay, so you want to hear what I used to sound like, right?
I was in high school then.
I was... January 24th, 2003, I would have been... I was still 13 years old at the time. Oh, God, do I want to actually show this for YouTube?
You just play the audio.
No, because you have to see it.
Oh my god.
Oh dear. Okay, let's find a way to... Okay, Shadows of the Empire, Half-Life Echoes... Out? No, that's... Oh, this is Doom. Okay. Unreal, Dolphin...
you keep your old dates in your Doom WADs folder.
Unloved... Lich Doom, Quick Champs, Mini Doom? No. Betrayer? No. Duke Nukem Forever? Betrayer? What the hell is that? Alien Quake? I'm trying to find the thing on here for this. Game Capture 3, is that it? No. Doom 3, is that it? No. Game Capture 2? What idiot ordered these things?
You, I guess? I don't know.
I think that's the joke. There's lots to say.
Yes, that is the joke. Okay, let's see if we can't bring this up here. I'm going to run this as a game capture.
Oh.
LC... Name is already in use. I didn't see it. Okay.
The whole dawn of the App Store was around 2008, 2009.
The what?
The whole App Store thing with, like, the iPhone and later Android.
Okay, there we go. The screen should have just turned blue.
Twitter came out around 09.
Okay, that's that. Okay, VLC 1. Transform.
Wasn't MySpace still a thing back then? Or maybe it was Facebook by then.
Okay, wait. No, why won't this? Maybe if I do that. Okay, there we go. I have to maximize it. All right, so
like VHS.
Here is 2003. I'm taking my headset off. I don't want to hear myself. All right, so let me set the stage for you. Actually, let me get something more than a blue screen. Okay, actually, here's the old room. This is high 8 footage, so it looks like shit. But back then it was great. Those were some planes they used to have on display. You can't really tell what they are because high 8. All right, this is only in mono. I want you to understand this. It's only mono. All right.
My left or right here will enjoy this.
All right. This is January 24th, 2003. I'm not sure why that part's cut off. Who knows? Working on a shelf. okay? Working on a shelf. I'm 13 years old. And this will allow you to hear my voice. Actually, I gotta make sure I can still hear it, so... Okay, I can't watch.
You hear no audio. It's the silent version. There's no audio.
I can faintly hear it.
Alright. Popped it up to 200%.
Oh, wait. I was sorry. I'm an idiot. The live stream was muted because you're talking through Discord, so.
Brilliant. Okay. 2003, working on a shelf. As you can see, I haven't changed that much in terms of body type. I was always a stocky bastard. Although, pay attention to the shorts I have on. I definitely did not have an eye towards fashion back then.
like your facial features barely changed. It's,
Yeah. I was always
holy crap.
I was always a big guy back then. Okay. Oh, did any of you hear that? Can you hear that?
Well, basically, I'm watching the stream and I'm hearing like our voices like overtake the stream.
But you could hear it.
Less yakking, more playing the video.
Oh God. Well, if you can hear it, good. If not, I don't know. Actually, hold up. I will go in here. Wap woo.
What is chloroform anyway?
I was hoping I'd say more, but evidently I don't. Stop looking at the camera. Stop looking at me!
The speaker's working on this thing. I got a coat on because it's about 30 degrees. Cujo don't because he's nuts. Hey, it's not cold. It's not me. Tell the camera what we're doing. We are trying to complete a shelf. As you can see,
What are you
see, we're trying to complete a shelf. I'm setting up a board. Grams is doing the
Hey, you know,
artwork.
it's an early video.
I just
from
finished it
2003.
with a 100 grit piece of sandpaper. And just a second ago, I was using a
Hey,
finishing
continue.
sander.
What are you doing?
And if you don't put these under, hold it up, they can see what's going to be right when we get through that real painting.
Oh man, that's
Okay, this is what it'll look like when we put, before we put paint on it. When we put paint on it, it's going to
Look,
look,
what are you looking up for? My mannerisms have not changed.
and here it is.
Thankfully, no one can see me.
Good job on these. Okay. Now we're going to get more.
Oh man, that was something, all right.
More.
That was something, all right. But there,
Texas Duke Nukem making a shell.
Texas Duke Nukem making a shelf. That's what I used to sound like.
You didn't. That was
I-
for representation. It wasn't enough of you talking.
Wait, what?
It wasn't enough of you talking.
Oh, but you still heard what I
Yeah.
used to sound like, though.
It was like if you talked like that today, if you sent me into an alternate dimension where basically you still had the accent, and I went on Discord and talked to you with the same opinions, the exact same opinions and personality, I would just think this was a completely different person, almost.
Well,
Almost.
the thing is, I still talked much like I still do today, just with that thick Texas accent. But that's what I used to sound like. That's what I sounded like right up until that asshole said, "If you want to talk Texan, just talk to John." Fuck that guy.
It wasn't as bad as you make it out to be honest.
But that's what I used to sound like, though. I would like to actually get that back, just as the best revenge is...
You sound like you just picked it up from your grandpa, to be honest.
Yeah. But, yeah. Building the shelf.
That would be it.
That shelf now has a place of pride hanging over the toilet, so yeah.
Hanging over the... Oh my god, so much for dignity.
We still have it.
Yes.
It's hanging
QVC
over...
channel with a budget, without a budget.
Wait, what?
It's like a QVC channel without a budget.
Oh my god.
You go back in time to that era of your life and tell yourself something, what would you say? Oh, you don't want to ask me that. I would give him...
because I would just group the space-time continuum.
No, actually, no, it's funny. If I did go back in time, I wouldn't exist, because you know what? I'd give him a date. I'd give him one date. Don't fuck up on this day, and everything will be fine. Maybe. And that date shall remain nameless.
I've seen enough sci-fi films to know that I'd probably backfire and blow up in your face.
Hey, you know what? There's no way to know. If I told him a certain day not to do something on a certain time, like change a tire, then he would know. And then, you know what? That's how you do it. Of course, then again, it could be said that I could introduce, like, some uncertainty, and then it might not happen, so fuck it.
Even if that was the case, that means you have an alternate reality. You probably wouldn't even be doing live streams right now or something. Who knows?
Hey, you know, I might. I don't know. Time travel's such a tricky business, though. And that's something I was thinking of, like, would that really change anything? Could something bad happen?
We would never meet. I wouldn't exist, probably. No, wait.
You'd still exist, but that's one of the big problems.
Well, I guess...
I was 13, yeah. It was January 24th, 2003.
Like...
I only went back a couple years. Why doesn't it exist?
Well...
If I may interject...
You'll inject?
Like, you could just, I don't know, go through, like, an alternate dimension at a certain time period. Like a parallel universe, like, it's exactly the same, but you're just at a different time in the parallel universe or some shit. I don't know.
I don't either, but what I do know is that I like that little video because it just encapsulates me quite well. I'm glad that survives, because that's one of the few times that you actually hear my old voice, and I'm glad that survives, just because I'd like to still have that, because, you know, I shouldn't have changed my voice regardless of what some asshole said, but, you know, it happens.
You know, you could have basically made a gag. You know, like, instead of the angry video game nerd, it would be the happy gaming Texan.
I don't think I would have called myself that. Like, let's say school had turned out great, right? No assholes. Probably General Lotz would still have come about, just because that's completely unrelated to any of that stuff. Although, General Lotz didn't start out as General Lotz, though. The original name was going to be Professor Lotz. And there's even, I think there's like a video where I mock some of that stuff, where it...
The reviewer guy. Lots.
Hey, you know, I'm not...
Oh my god.
That might have worked, but, you know... The base personality has never really changed in terms of reviewing content. He's still alive! He's literally in the next room! And thank you, Flawed Intellect. Remember the Alamo? I didn't forget it. I've been there.
Be an adult and love your family.
Yeah, he's literally in the next room. The thing is, he literally helped me install a light fixture. So, just last week.
He also became the primary male figure in your life. There you go.
Yes, I'm very lucky to have that. So, and that's why I'm a mild-mannered Southern gentleman.
I was raised by my mom and two sisters.
Well, you turned out good, though.
Oh my god.
You turned out good, though.
I was raised by a mom mommy and a daddy. So yeah.
See,
I had an older sister that I think she like finished college. I think 1 or 2 years ago or so.
My father was a jerk monkey who only paid child support, and I think it was me.
My dad was actually nice.
holy crap! So, yeah. I've been to the Alamo multiple times, actually. And I don't know if I'm going to do anything for the 40th anniversary of Alien or not, just because Alien has a sad connotation for me. What doesn't, right? So, I don't know, maybe. Maybe not. Actually, you know what? Probably not, because you know what I should do for the 40th anniversary of Alien, which I'm not going to do? I should do Isolation. But I cannot play that game. It still depresses me. So, yeah. I'm only one man! I'm only human!
I remember when they released Alien for the 30th anniversary or whatever, but I didn't get a chance to see it.
When was that? 2004? I saw it
Maybe.
I saw that when it came to theaters in 2004.
Oh, wait, wouldn't it be actually 2009?
Oh, okay, then maybe this is a different one. Oh, that's when they released the director's cut. Because I went to see that. I got to see that, and I saw the trailer. You go on?
I think I already owned it on the quadrilogy DVD set that like folds out on your fucking bed just to get a DVD out.
I remember. I still have that.
I'm glad I got the Blu-ray set.
I should probably have done that, but I liked my quadrilogy set. You know how much the thing was back in the day? That was like $40. It weren't cheap.
I believe a friend got it for me.
Oh.
Cool. But yeah, that fucking thing, you know. I just fold it out like a long table or something just to get a movie out. I think I ended up taking the movies out and putting them in CD cases because I got tired of having to fucking unravel it.
I actually did that kind of myself at one point. Because I got a portable DVD player, man, with a 5-inch screen. And I'd always carry Aliens around with me. So, yeah. With my portable DVD player.
You carry aliens all around you.
I own the first DVD box set that had the black background and the silver like, alien on the side of it. And the quadrilogy and the Blu-ray set.
Nice.
And then I think I have the 30th anniversary of Aliens on Blu-ray somewhere.
Let's see. Okay, being a Texan, what 3 sci-fi firearms would you want in your gun rack? Let's see. Pulse rifle. 3? That's hard to... That's really hard. Pulse rifle.
What about the E11?
Yeah, I want that one too, but then it's like... Then I want... There's the E11 and there's the DL44. So, that'd be... Then I'm out, you know? Of course, I want a phaser. So, E11... Pulse rifle, and last but not least, the phaser scene in Star Trek VI. The assault phaser, as they called it. I actually have a resin model of that.
The assault phaser.
That was $80, but it was worth it. Because prior to that, the only phasers I had were... Well, actually, no, one's not a phaser. One is technically not a phaser. Before that, all I had was a TNG phaser that I got at a antique shop for some reason. And a Rathacon phaser that didn't actually have a means of closing the battery compartment. So what myself and my grandfather rigged up was a little metal plate. It worked. It actually made little phaser sounds.
Man, YouTube in 2009 was completely different from what it is today.
Yeah, you had AVGN, the Irate Gamer, and I think that was it.
Oh my god, the Irate Gamer. Oh my god.
Chris Boers.
I think Nostalgic Critic also appeared somewhere around this time.
I thought he was 2010. I could be wrong.
Enough.
DVD was a PS2. You know, it was. My first DVD player was actually a Cinevision DVD player that I got from. Oh god, this is sad. Radio Shack.
I was gonna say, oh god, first DVD player. I bought. Okay, oh my god, I'll share my story with that. I got a DVD ROM at some kind of weird it was like some kind of electronic sale thing. It was like on a fairground or something. I thought it was legal. But anyways, this person sold a creative DVD player, the same one that LGR reviewed. Had that card you had to put in it.
Yeah.
It came with Wing Commander 4, the DVD version. So I got that, and then I went to some store. It was like one of those stores that sell like items for cheap. So that's when I bought my first DVDs, which was at Alien, before Alien movies, and Independence Day, I think, and like a few others. But I could only watch it on my PC. But then I wanted a real DVD player. So I talked to my uncle. Because at Walmart they had a DVD player made by a company called Apex for $100. The thing was huge. So I had to mow the lawn a few times, save up some money, and eventually got it. That was the first DVD player in the living room. Oh man. Memories.
See, that's something similar that happened. My grandfather had this expensive laptop that he got as like a bonus from Compaq that had a DVD-ROM in it. And the very first DVD I ever saw was a movie I don't even like. But a lot of people do like it. I don't like it. The Dark Crystal. The Jim Henson extravaganza.
The Dark Crystal is...
In the chat, someone said T2, the special edition, Ultimate Edition, I believe it was. Yes, I bought that at Walmart. It came in that silver metal case.
I have that.
And they re-released the Extreme Edition, which had a endoskeleton cover. But anyways, a funny thing too is go through DVDs and find like older DVDs where like they'll put like a bunch of like sharpening and stuff in the picture. You can tell, like you can definitely tell like older master DVDs and newer ones. There's actually a drastic difference in picture quality.
And then also, if you look at the back, the second DVD I got has that as well. Sixth Day.
Sorry. Oh yeah, I own that on DVD.
But see, the funny thing it says, though, the funny thing that Sixth Day says, is it says, interactive menus.
Oh yeah. Or you get special features on some of them, and it's just trailer. Or scene selection. It's a special feature. I don't know if my metal case is rusted to hell. What is it?
I do not know. Of course, after the Cinevision broke within like a year, and the next one I got was an RCA one that would like display the title of the movie in like little LEDs. It's like, oh man, that's like the future. That thing broke within about a year as well. They made those things cheap back then.
Oh man, remember the paper snapper cases?
Yes, I do.
Or when you discover that you actually want to get widescreen and you realize that full screen is actually bullshit. It's cutting off the picture on the left right image just to fit on a square TV.
What's funny is it didn't matter though, because all I had until I stopped watching TV was a square TV. My Predator DVD is just in full screen, but it didn't matter because that's all I had, so I was like, eh.
Blow the dust off my Ultimate Edition DVD. It doesn't look like it's rough. Well, actually, it's bent up a little. I don't know what the hell I did to it.
Shite. Star Wars Hero, how are you going to avoid burning yourself out? Well, see, the good thing is, when it comes to Star Wars games, they're all very different from one another. You know, like, case in point, I'm just going to grab 3 by random. You got Knights of the Old Republic 2. That's an RPG, a deep RPG. You got Empire at War, which is an RTS. And you got Lego Star Wars Trilogy. So, you see, they're all very different from one another. They're all set in different time periods and things of that nature. So, I'm playing different games as time goes on. You know, if they're all like first-person shooters or they're all like third-person shooters, it would get old fast. But with Star Wars, it does have enough variability that it doesn't really matter. Special features, credits, and scene selection. Oh my god. Batman Returns. That's actually a pretty good one. Tenchi Forever. Never even heard of that.
I found that Evil Dead Book of the Dead edition, which someday it may not be a thing because it's latex and latex fully rot.
Yeah. rubber doesn't. When the rubber hits the road, or is he a thrash picture show? Okay, you know what's kind of funny? Talking about rubber rotting, I have a USB stick stuck into the Xbox 360 that I got in 2012 that has like saved games and DLC on it. It had a rubber coating, and guess what? It's all rotted. It still works, but I find
What
that
was it?
a little memory stick for the Xbox 360. I don't want to touch it.
I had a computer mouse. It had rubber on it, and I stored it and got it out. And actually, I don't think I want to describe it. It was gross.
Yeah, it was growing hair, basically.
Something like that. Yeah, it's like I don't know if it's from like the dead skin cells in your hand or what. Yeah, it was gnarly.
It was alive!
It just sounds unpleasant.
It's bizarre too, because it doesn't really happen when you're using it. So I don't know.
It's...
What's worse is when you have old like players or controllers, you leave the batteries in them, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, talking about old stuff that's broken, my gubbin broke. The
Oh no, not your gubbin.
the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast broke.
Oh no!
I dug it out yesterday, not yesterday, but last week. I plugged it in. It won't read any of the discs. And at first, I thought like, oh, maybe it's just dirty. No, it's dead. So.
It's deceased. Rest in peace.
Which annoys me because game prices have gone up. It doesn't matter because you can emulate it, but I wanted it to keep working.
You just say Game Crazy is gone.
Wait, what?
You just say Game Crazy is gone.
Maybe I did. I don't know why I said that. It doesn't matter because I can emulate them all, but still.
I was just say like I remember Game Crazy. That was part of Hollywood Video.
Yeah, I remember that too. That's where I got my Xbox. Shit.
They're pretty awesome. But, yeah.
Your Xbox shit. Yeah, I don't really know how to feel about that.
So I played the Xbox version instead of the PS4 version. The Abyss.
Yeah, the Abyss. I haven't seen it in years, but I remember being pretty good. But that's called bullshit that they still haven't released the Abyss and True Lies on freaking Blu-ray yet.
Because they suck. Well, except for True Lies, because that's awesome.
Well, James Cameron says it should be coming this year.
It should be coming next year.
Hey, Jan.
Huh?
I'm playing Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, and I'm in the level where there's this cylinder in the center of a room, and I have to drain a certain pipe. I'm trying to drain it completely, but I can't find the last thing to drain it completely with. I got this wrench.
What?
Someone's asking you what the worst Star Wars game before the Disney games.
Ooh, that's not an easy thing to come up with.
It's like if you're gonna like unmute yourself, like not really yelling at you.
Worst Star Wars game, I would say, would have to be Star Wars Connect. For what it is. It's just a collection of mini games that even the Wii would think was pretty shitty.
What do you mean? It's a beautiful meme.
Yeah, but it's like we went from the most groundbreaking games of all time to Wii mini games. You know, it's like, why? It's not a broken game. Before that one, you'd have the Masters of Takakisi, or however the fuck you pronounce that, which was a really horrible fighting game. Yeah, that was a fighting game.
Masters of what? The Force?
Right.
Masters of Takakaka. I don't even know how you pronounce it.
What?
That something
I don't
like
think
that.
there was an attempt. Actually, there wasn't even an attempt.
I mean, like you have like Luke smacking Han over the head with a lightsaber, and it's pretty bad.
Like, was it supposed to play like Soul Calibur or
Yeah,
something?
it's something like that. I think it was more like Tekken, if I'm not mistaken.
Or Tekken.
Taken 2.
Taken 2.
But most Star Wars games were pretty good back then. Most were. Those two, pretty shittiness.
So what about Super Bombat Racing then?
I don't know anything about that game. It might have been a decent racing game for all I know. Let's see. Most of Sony exclusives, I'll show a POV. Tusken Raider in the game, who is literally Horror. I didn't. Hey, yeah, the Wii didn't do too bad. I've been playing a lot of Rogue Squadron 2 on the Wii. I got the, thanks to Rage, the Wii to HDMI adapter. They're $8 off of eBay. In fact, I only paid $8 free shipping, no less. And it showed up on a Sunday, no less. On a fucking Sunday! It truly was a holy day for Star Wars.
Holiday for Star Wars in 2019, that's a good joke.
Maybe.
It's a super really good joke.
Honestly, you kind of cut out, so I couldn't hear you.
That's a super good joke, idiot.
I'll have to take your word for it. It's one of those cool kid things that someone...
All I heard was, it's a joke, idiot, because you cut out.
It's a joke about something. We just don't know.
It's a joke about horrible, horrible, horrible things.
But yeah, the old 2003 video. I got some other... Ooh, I wonder if I should show that. I don't know. I kind of want to. It only lasts like a couple of seconds. It's from 2004. But it's me trying and failing to cut down a tree.
What?
Yeah. Because General Lotz is a lumberjack and I'm being shot by everything! Yeah. Okay, let me shoot these Stormies and I'll show that, because it is kind of funny. It's kind of funny, I suppose.
I'll still be playing Dark Forces 2.
I do not remember how to solve some of those puzzles, because they're really tough, so you're just going to have to...
Star Wars, Holiday Special, the game.
Oh god, no. You know, that could actually be kind of funny. Star Wars, Episode 5. The Revenge of Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy, the game. Run! Run! Open the door! Yeah!
I get it now. A toy, Vulcan. A toy. You're supposed to fill up the tank on the side. Alright.
Oh, you're at the fuel station, I think, right?
Yeah, I was basically chasing that 8G88.
AT-88.
AT-88 McAsshole that
Star
had
Wars movie
the
maker.
location to the Valley of Tigitides. Valley.
It's just sad that I haven't gotten too far in the game and I know exactly where you're at.
Give me all those sweet, sweet bullets. I mean, phase lasers. Flazlers. Okay, let's save. Okay, let me go dig that out. That old clip. Let's see. On. I guess. Okay, which is that going to be? Oh, it's going to be VHS tapes, because this was something I got off of VHS. Now, this isn't zoomed in, and I'm not sure why. I don't know why some of these tapes are zoomed in and not. It's weird. More band shit that no one cares about.
Oh, we care.
I don't know if I should show that. Oh,
What?
God. Oh, God, no.
Show what? What's going on?
That was you running like the T-1000, wasn't it?
Well, let me turn it up so you can hear it. I literally make the sound.
So who goes there?
Okay, there we go. 12:09 p.m. Oh, it's the old van! That's my grandmother, actually.
Hey John, I'll be back in the live streaming room here in about 10 minutes. I'm just heading home now.
Alright, see you
Alright.
I'll be back here in a few.
then.
Right.
What's going on?
It's like John jumping on every frickin' angle.
Oh my god, old. Yeah.
This is okay. Look, I like this one. I like this memory because it's me literally doing the T-1000 thing. That's it. I remember doing that. There's a little Terminator theme.
You know, I've done that too a few times when running.
Oh yeah, this is me shooting out of the country.
John, how old are you
Or
there?
bowling pins.
I've been like 14.
You haven't aged.
Hit it already, you asshole.
Like seriously, you haven't aged.
I'm like Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh,
John's
that
Patrick Stew confirmed.
Or Eminem or something. I don't know. It's either the age. That's spectrum.
that looks to be that's the old Smith. And yeah, it's in mono, but this is coming out of this is an old VHS tape from 2000 and who knows what the hell. Oh yeah, there's me. This is brass scrounging. This is what I used to do. I used to like collect brass because I thought I'd reload it, and I never did, and I ended up throwing it all away. There you got it. God, more of that shit that no one likes.
Oh, band.
Okay, and that.
Oh,
Okay, that I'm not. Okay, hold on.
no, I feel as if we haven't heard enough of your accent.
That's enough, because I don't feel like trying to dig up that thing, because I don't want to have to see the band, and I really don't want to have to see Family Reunion 2002. I don't think anyone quite wants to see that.
Wait, I thought you said like you don't want to see the man. Like, okay,
The band. The band
Oh.
and Family Reunion 2002, which wasn't bad. And when I actually found that I was able to save that, my grandmother was most pleased with that, because sadly many of those people have long since passed away. So yeah, there's even a wake for my great-grandmother on there as well. She obviously passed away a long time ago, like back in 2001, so... That's one of the things about video media that's so important, is it can actually save a lot of memories of deceased family members and things of that nature. But yeah, that was the old Smith & Wesson. Yeah, I know it's hardly worth collecting, but try 12ing a 13-year-old that. That was my grandmother driving the golf cart. I don't know if she died before 9/11. I don't remember. The only thing I remember is that night that I heard that my great-grandmother had died, I was watching RoboCop 2. So yeah.
Interesting choice of movie.
of all movies.
Hey, RoboCop 2 is not that bad. It's very mean-spirited.
I know. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just like, John, your grandmother passed away, and then you see Kane in RoboCop fight. I feel like that would just be a downer. That would just be associated with that movie.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't that big of a surprise, because she was like 89. She'd been suffering from dementia for about 5 years by that point, so it wasn't as though it was like...
RoboCop 2, like, edited for television? Or
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it was on a cable channel that's... The cable channel that became Spike. TNN, I think is what it was. Or TNT.
Spike doesn't exist anymore either, so...
Oh, well, the cable channel that you... I think it was called TNN. The reason why I like that channel is because they showed a bunch of reruns of Star Trek TNG, and that's how I watched it back in those days.
Oh, what? TNN was called the next network?
I do not know. I love how like Kyle does his little scream sound, but you don't take fall damage in Doom. Points out that there are a lot of politically correct crap being shoved down the throats. Yep.
Maybe the National Network.
I don't know. Not looking forward to dying in the future? Nobody is. That's something that concerns me as well. The only problem I have with RoboCop 2 is I think they go a little too mean in that. It's directed well, though. I will say that, but... Yeah, dying.
I don't know, I watched RoboCop like a year ago, and I found a new appreciation for it, so I don't know.
I guess my problem is... I guess, I don't like how they... Okay, I'll tell you, the only reason I don't like RoboCop 2 as much is that I could give you a bunch of lies, but I'll go ahead and straight up tell the truth. I don't like it when RoboCop gets dismantled. I think it's mean, and he already got dismantled in the first movie. Okay, Murphy already got shot to pieces. Why do it again to him?
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't like that. That's the one thing I don't like about it. There, that's the real reason, versus like, oh, I think it was too mean-spirited. No, I just don't like the fact that he got killed. Or got torn apart again. That's why I didn't like it. There. Happy? But, yeah. Ah, that old 5946.
Thank you for not smoking.
Now, see, that stuff was funny, but I just don't like what they did to him. It's like, why? I was hoping, and I remember as a kid seeing that, I kept hoping that, like, Lewis would show up and save him, but it never happened.
In RoboCop 3, they killed off Lewis.
I know, that was also traumatizing. Well, I don't want to say traumatizing, but it's like, no, you can't kill her off.
You can't kill RoboCop. He's the bestest of all the cops.
But whatever. Is there any good Star Trek, Star Wars crossovers without rapey Jaina Solo? That's a good question. The big problem with a lot of Star Trek versus Star Wars stuff is a lot of the writers have like an axe to grind for one or the other. There's one, but I can't remember what it's called because I haven't read it in literally almost 20 years now. It's one where like the Enterprise D shows up in the Star Wars galaxy. Deanna Troi becomes a Jedi, which is kind of cool. And Data was doing the droid rights thing, but I don't remember what it's called because I haven't read it in so long. Is dismantled in the first one. Yes, he was. But yeah, that old 15...
The saddest part in RoboCop 2 is when he's flying on his wife and stuff, and he's forced to tell her, like, your husband's dead.
Yeah, that was also sad. I guess the thing is, I just don't like that they couldn't... That RoboCop just got the shit kicked out of him again, you know? It's like, leave RoboCop alone! So...
now I was just reminded of that Leave Brittany Alone video now.
That's the joke.
Oh.
I think this analogy thing RoboCop 2 is worse than when we done
RoboCop 2 is a worthy sequel, even if I don't like what they did. RoboCop 3 isn't as bad as people make it out to be, but it's certainly not very good either. It is every bit a made-for-TV movie, because those effects on the... Look, the jetpack is cool, okay? Even if he looks like a guy on a string, which he is. You know? And I think...
wait, back to RoboCop 2 real quick. I think in the first movie, don't they... It hasn't been that long, but in the first movie, don't they just kind of show him this now? They don't actually show them doing it to him.
Yeah, they don't actually show him getting like...
Problem in RoboCop 2 is like a slow, torture scene.
Yes, it is. Take a jack.
Kid.
They take a... I liked that kid, though. I thought that kid actor did a great job playing a little shithead. A shithid. So, I liked him. I know that, like, Roger Ebert hated him for some reason, but then Roger Ebert can go fuck him. I mean, rest in peace.
Well, they didn't like him for how dark it was.
It's RoboCop!
But then, yeah, the third one, I honestly I'd have to rewatch it. I've seen it in years. But, yeah, you're right. It definitely had budget problems.
Yeah, and then it had, like...
in PG-13 or something. And the plot was kind of weird. The robot ninjas.
That was like at the time when it's like, Japan... Glorious Nippon shall take over the world, you know?
Right. And then they had the TV show, which...
God.
Had its moments, but it was also like, what are we doing here?
I know. And the worst part is, like, the Japanese rip-off RoboCops, Jan Person and Jiban, were both way better.
I should say I'm talking about the TV series, not the Prime Directives miniseries.
That's even worse.
Hey, RoboCop, do you want to say something for our youth? Stay out of trouble.
That's actually a pretty good one.
Like the TV series
Good advice, I guess.
Because RoboCop had inventive ways to take down criminals because he was trying to kill them.
Yeah, it's like he had like all the gadgets, like he tied him up.
Another annoying kid side character they had to put in.
It happened after the Voyager series. I mean, there are many. Oh yeah, there's a whole Star Trek EU. Let me put it this way, Jacques. It's not a happy ending for anyone, unfortunately. Let's put it this way. We are now in... a lot of the characters are dead now. And, yeah, it's kind of depressing. There's a giant Borg invasion, too.
Oh, no.
And, let's see. Dark Forces, you can get Dark Forces on GOG. This isn't Dark Forces. This is actually a Doom total conversion. This is, I actually included the link in the description. This is called Wardust. But goddamn, was that Prime Directive shit. Okay.
I tried to watch it, and I couldn't finish it.
I did not know it was a TV series until the advent of the internet. What I had was my mother and I rented like the first one off of from Hollywood Video. It's like, oh, more RoboCop. It's gonna be good.
That's where I first seen it on VHS.
Oh, we got it on DVD. We were high tech back then.
Oh my god, DVD, how revolutionary.
We had the
You're living in the future, man. Compact disc. No, wait. Digital
video disc.
Video disc. Digital data. What's the acronym again?
DVD.
Well, that makes some mentions of this thing. Like, wasn't RoboCop like 4 foot or something?
Yes, he was. I was taller than he was when I was 13.
All right, so the last thing that came out before this was that TV series, like in the 90s. Well, it turned out the company that owned the TV series were about to lose the license for RoboCop, so they decided they would do this made-for-TV or direct-to-DVD thing for RoboCop. The idea was to try to make it go back to the roots of the first film. They really didn't have money in certain aspects of this thing. So they cast an actor to play RoboCop, but he was much shorter than this was designed for.
It was like 3 foot. He was shorter than I was when I was like 10. Okay.
Like, okay, which version of RoboCop?
It's called Time Directive. It came out in like four movies or something.
We did what we had to do.
And like the whole gimmick of it was there was another RoboCop that was like a bad RoboCop, and they would do stupid stuff like how are two robot cops gonna fight each other, shooting at each other, even though they're both bulletproof.
They'd show it though, and it's hilarious. They're just standing stock still, shooting at each other. Oh man, it was bad. High vision laser discs.
The bad RoboCop was RoboCable, and he was played by this same actor who, well, I don't know him from Cube. So.
Oh, he was. Oh yeah, he was the bad cop. Oh wait, spoiler alert.
Right.
Oh, I gotta upload that on Sunday. I forgot. I will put that up. I will edit that tomorrow. Shit! God damn it. Japanese Spider-Man. You know, I discovered that literally by reading Stan Lee's wiki, and evidently he was a big fan of it. Shit.
Oh.
An emissary from hell, Spider-Man.
Oh.
Really? Did I just blow myself up again? I got like 34 health. Okay, God, one time. Because I'm lazy.
Oh.
But I'm glad that little...
Just in the nick of time, we had a time frame we were streaming for 117 minutes.
What's even more hilarious about
okay.
I don't get it.
on that RoboCop time direction.
John 117.
Oh, okay.
Master Chef.
I'll have to send it to you, Lotz. There's a RoboCop fan site where they equal that show. They talk about the behind the scenes of it. And like a lot of times, they would only wear half the suit and stuff. And
With the robo penis hanging out, I suppose.
oh god, it was pretty ridiculous.
The robo-ness. I actually have seen one of those RoboCop fan sites where they had like some RoboCop fan fiction where RoboCop was gonna have to fight in like the jungle wars of something or other. It wasn't too bad. Time Splitters? Yes, I have. Jacques, I've played Time Splitters 1, 2, and 3. There is actually a Let's Play of Time Splitters 3, aka Future Perfect, on the channel as we speak. It was played co-op with, ironically enough, 2 people I don't talk to anymore. Or 2 people that don't talk to me, whichever way you want to look at it.
We played Time Splitters 2 a little bit.
Oh yes, and Rage and I played Time Splitters 2, but it hasn't been recorded though. Which I guess we need to record at some point.
You need
So we can get mad at the stealth level.
Yeah. Okay, how would I get back up there if I didn't have no clip? No clip. Like that, look.
You have no clip. You better get some clip.
Windows 95 or Windows 98? Ah, Windows 95. How I miss thee. Not really. Windows 98 wasn't as bad as people remember. It worked okay, provided you had Special Edition.
How about Windows 7?
Windows 7? Yeah, Windows 7 was great.
I kind of miss Windows 7, but I quickly adapted to Windows 10.
Windows 10 isn't bad, but it does have some things that annoy me, and that's why I'm using Classic Shell to get me a Windows 7-ish experience. You don't like change?
So what exactly, what is it, like, aside from the privacy shit, which I turned off, at least I think I did, with Windows 10, what are some beef queefs do you have with Windows 10?
First off, that word annoys me, and it's going to be added to the...
Every word annoys you.
not everyone, just the bad ones.
Word.
I just
Alright, I'm back.
Beef a bad name. And it sounds gross.
Yes, it does.
Alright, I'm back, guys.
Yay.
Okay,
Don't talk to the beef queef.
Don't ask that! It's some stupid
well,
kid...
You know, because you asked that, I have to look it up.
It's...
Are you kidding? No, don't!
You're just gonna get weird Pornhub videos, don't do it.
No,
It's some
that's
stupid
not-
kid thing that only the kids know, you know?
Alright, let's rule this back into somewhat famous.
So,
Here's the thing,
the first thing that pulled up was a song.
Please don't repeat it, or play it, or listen to it.
Just don't.
I'm not.
No.
I was just looking
probably
at
wrote
Google,
that
I was just
song.
looking at the Google search results, so I wasn't actually gonna listen to it.
Alright, so anyways, what is your actual inquiry against Windows 10?
Oh, I love Windows 10. but okay.
No, I talked to John!
I know. I wanted to put my opinion in it too.
I suppose my biggest problem with it was, of course, the privacy stuff, and just, I feel like using it is like giving them ammunition. It's like... And that's just a problem I have. I feel like I'm giving them a tacit approval.
I'm pretty sure they already
Excuse me.
put that in an update for 7. I don't know, I wouldn't say...
I guess. It's just... I don't want them to be getting any ideas. It's like, we own you now, General. We are your lords and masters. 60s Spidey Mans. I haven't actually seen much of that, believe it or not. I only watched the 90s version. The naughty...
I don't think Classic Shell's around anymore. I think they call it Open Shell now.
whatever. I'll call it whatever I want, goddammit. If I want to call it Boob Shell, I can.
Okay.
Windows Boob Shell.
Well, I mean, you can make a version, so I guess you're gonna make your own.
My desktop wallpaper will now be a naked female, assuming it isn't already. Which it actually isn't. My desktop wallpaper is actually that of a water mage, because it looked cool. A mage who shoots water everywhere. Okay.
I'm gonna shut now.
Oh god, no. Oh please god, no. No! Oh crap. Who puts crushers in here? Fuck that! Oh, I mean screw that for the kids.
Not the Crushers, anything but the Crushers.
Not Wesley Crusher!
I was looking at a scene in that Prime Directive that chain guard doesn't even line up properly with that.
Yeah, I could have a better costume than that. Windows
Oh,
XP.
God. Oh, I forgot to say too. When this actor in RoboCop Prime Directive, when he's walking around as RoboCop, he clenches his fist and walks stiffly. Looks like he's about to take a robo off or something. RoboCop never walked that way in the movies.
I need to defecate. There. Yo, I'm up!
That suit looks like it's gonna pop off.
Oh my. Oh yeah, speaking of things that are good, Ghostbusters 3 might be a thing now. There's a teaser trailer released. It's going to be done by the son of the guy who did the original. And they got Bill Murray. So, you know, progress.
Holy crap, he's still alive?
Yes, he's not that old. So, I'm hoping it might be good. You know, I gotta admit something. When Rage first told me about it, I was like, ah, whatever, who gives a fuck. But as I started thinking about it, I kind of started getting excited about it, so, yeah. Now, I wasn't really, like, a Ghostbusters kid, to be honest. Like, I liked Ghostbusters 1 and 2 well enough, but I never saw the original animated series. I did see some episodes of Ghostbusters Extreme! and thought it was good, and I found the emo chick pretty attractive. Was she a goth chick? I forget. Is there really a difference between the two?
I have a question for you, John. What's your favorite episode that you've made since you started?
Oh, Alien Through the Gun. I think that had the best jokes in it. I had the jokes from Office Space. I mentioned that earlier in the stream about that.
Oh.
Honestly, looking at clips, someone goes, RoboCop is like 5'7". OCP had to reduce costs somehow.
The video that made
Robo Mini.
Yeah. Robo Mini Me.
the video that made me laugh the most of yours was the DLC for
Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Especially when you smacked your arm against your chest and went.
Well, I'm glad a modern video worked well enough.
I was busted up laughing for like
Shit.
15 minutes.
Howzers, John, what's that weapon you got there?
I'll be right back.
Assault cannon.
A what?
Why does RoboCop get a seizure every time he gets shot at?
A what kind of cannon?
Assault cannon in the 40 plasma watt range.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Ideal breast size is 36C. You know, you're not wrong with that. At least in my experience, that probably is the best one. Just because it's less worry on the back. Now, for me, one of the things that I found interesting is that in my one experience, it all comes down to being able to move, and giant boobs do not allow you to move altogether that easily, unfortunately.
What I missed?
Nothing. Nothing at all. God damn. I hope this is the final level of this.
Doesn't it all go back to that scene in Weird Science where they say anything more than a handful too much?
Yeah, but see, that's technically a lie. Provided you have proper back support. So wait, are these like shit? Sith sorcerers or something? That they're bringing forth? When it comes to me, Weird Science is an excellent film, and that chick was really hot, but now she's like in her 50s.
Oh, Kelly LeBrock.
Yes.
I almost want to call her Proto Angelina Jolie.
I do not remember what she looked like, only that she was attractive. Although,
yeah, Weird Science is a movie I brushed off for years. Like, this is so stupid.
Really?
Then I finally gave it a shot one day, and I was like, "This is great! It's like a hot genie."
see, I saw that as a kid, so I thought it was. So I already knew it was good. So, yeah.
And even the 90s TV show is actually pretty good too.
See, that's something I would dismiss because TV shows based on one-off comedy movies are seldom good. Like, there's a Ferris Bueller one.
But
Oh.
Chicken, that was hot too. And the actors they got looked just like the actors in the movie, so it
Huh.
wasn't bad.
I'm guessing these are like Sith sorcerers that are turned into barons of hell. Barons. Shit.
They're force grain spirits or some shit. I don't know.
I do not know. Beat Saber, eh? One of those VR games. That's why VR just isn't worth it to me, though. I suppose Beat Saber would be fun, but at the same time, I'd want to, like, play this VR.
There's hot dog sorcerers and hand grenades, and that's essentially a gun sim almost. I like it.
Biggest number of subscribers I've had. Well, this is actually maxed out at the moment, to the number of subs. The problem is, you know, YouTube's algorithms have ensured that I've actually gotten fewer and fewer views as time has gone on, which is quite aggravating. In 2015, if I put up a vlog, I get like 600 views in an hour. Now I'm lucky to do that in a month. And I'm not the only one that's had that happen to as well. I think a few big names have had that issue. Like, I can't remember the guy's name. You know, like the beard guy? You know, he talks about the video games.
Not your guy.
You know, that guy. I don't know who it is. I just know that he had problems with it.
Oh, that weird science.
Yeah.
Weird Science television series lasted 5 seasons. So
Really?
it must've been a hit. Yeah,
Okay.
94 to 98.
Huh. I was unaware of such things. Dice. What?
We were talking about
Yes.
Weird Science, and then I was telling him that they also made a TV show that was pretty good.
Weird Science. They also had Bill Paxton in it. Sadly, Bill Paxton's dead now.
Bill Paxton was the shit.
And sadly, Bill Paxton passed away due to open heart surgery.
Yeah, that sucked.
Now we can...
Especially considering he was not doing a new TV series and Juan gets to read and so he had more energy and stuff.
Yeah.
He sees during, yeah. Oh, sorry, I don't want to go into details, but man, it's horrible. Horrible.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Modern medicine still is not as amazing as it should be these days.
He was also a great director. Frailty's a really good movie he did back in 2001.
No, wait, which movie?
Frailty.
Say what?
It's called Frailty.
Oh, Frailty!
He
Oh.
also stars in it.
Okay, see, the thing is, since Discord is not acting right, it kept sounding like you were saying Friday the 13th over and over. You're like, wait, Friday the 13th?
Wow, it's like, right. I know that you haven't played the game in a while, but still. Like, I know that you probably need to get your fix very soon.
Shit!
Like, you just spout out Friday the 13th every, like, sentence or so.
Yeah, I ended up giving up.
No. Frailty's very it's a very Hitchcocking like movie, but anyways.
I don't think I can do that, Jock. I'm afraid I cannot do that.
Paxton's character believes that he's getting messages from God about murders.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that show.
What is this?
Well, the Discord will quit cutting out with everybody.
Fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna go to God mode.
It's about the guy who keeps getting visions of being humans. But yeah, it's a movie you have to watch. It was really well done.
Just look up the trailer on the YouTubes. This isn't 2009. If you want to... Well, no, what I mean is, like, in 2009, you couldn't necessarily...
Oh, gosh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
If this part wasn't glitching out...
If it were the future... Hey, you know, what would we have been using in 2009? Like, if half the audience wasn't, like, an infant at the time...
Oh my god.
What would we be using? Probably Skype. Skype existed then.
Or... Unless AOL Instant Messenger had voice chat or some sort.
I think I'd moved on from AOL by that point. In fact, I know I had.
Yahoo Messenger?
Possibly? I don't know. I only used Skype, and that was in 2010, because I had, you know, friends. Really? Gotta be fucking kidding me. No, you fucking moron! Thou must be joking me.
You know, maybe, John, ever since that you do at least some cooking, well, you did a couple of cooking videos, maybe you should be the new Gordon Ramsay.
No, I saved as I fell to my doom.
I know that. And I want you to react the same way when someone makes food wrong. Just you and Rayneck basically be the new Gordon Ramsays.
I don't think that would happen.
I've been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay clips on YouTube and keep recommending new ones. So
It's raw.
I've heard some stupid jokes people do where it's like, the ice is frozen. Ooh.
The ice. Kick some ice.
Or the water's too dry. Like that.
The water's too dry. Not the...
I think Gordon Ramsay, an incredibly talented person. He did a Reddit MA a while ago, and dude, talk about a work schedule. He only gets like 4 hours of sleep. And he does like 12 different shows and shit.
Damn.
Holy crap.
But he's likely very wealthy at this point. See, this year is an interesting year for me because not only did I just have the 10-year anniversary of the YouTubes, but next year, or next month, I'm going to be turning the 30s, and that's always a difficult prospect, you know.
Turning the 30s.
Yes. So I shall know. The thing is, though, I never had a stupid era. I had an era where I was an asshole and said some stupid things like flatbread, but I never was like anything. Never did anything stupid like, oh, I got drunk every night. I don't even drink. I still don't drink. At age 30, I don't drink. You know, they always talk about, you know, acquiring tastes for things. The only thing I've... Wait, what?
Oh shit, you want to. Happy birthday!
Well, it's February 23rd, but thanks anyway. But, yeah, you know, the only thing I acquired taste for was water. Okay, you see, there was a time, young lad, where I did not drink the water. Rather, all I drank was carbonated beverages, specifically, a store brand of Diet Coke called, Diet K, because it was a Kroger. And I would get that in like 24 packs. And I drank this all the time. But then one day, when I was 16, I decided, you know what? No more am I going to drink this crap. I'm only going to drink water. In fact, at the time I had a little blimp hanging up because I really liked airships. And I literally wrote on a piece of paper, drink water every day on there. And that became my goal, to drink nothing but water. And, well, when I started drinking water, I dropped about 40 pounds and became the svelte figure you see before you today.
Interesting. I've lost, for a while, I think I was originally like either like 245 or 250, and I think like in 2017 or 16, something like that. I Review Tech USA of all people kind of inspired me to do this because it's like, look, being fat is not good. Alright? And I was like, you know what, I might as well lose some weight. And I changed my diet. I started some stuff on a treadmill that we had. Started using that.
Crap.
And I'm like I'm trying to maintain my weight at like 215. Now keep in mind, I'm 6'3/6'4", and basically I got physical back in August, and I think at that date, I was like 213, and then my doctor, pediatrician, because high school and all that, but no, I'm 18. He said that like, no, you're kind of below your perfect weight, which like I like a couple pounds below your perfect weight. So from that, I'm assuming that my quote unquote perfect weight, okay, body fat, like notwithstanding all that, would be 215. And of course, keep in mind, I'm 6'3", 6'4".
So big busted, Mr.
Yeah.
Longshanks.
It's not like you're.
Oh my
Christian
god.
Bale.
I think my mom calls me Mr. Longshanks, I swear.
Let's see, I lost 40 pounds because of type 2 diabetes. Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
Well,
Diabetes.
Oh, you didn't want to
Just play new games
Tech
every day.
USA. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Silver. You're not wrong. It's like,
when it comes to playing new games, Costin, it doesn't seem to make a difference. I tried to do all the new games, and it didn't really make a difference. So, if you look at the sheer numbers, which I did, classic first-person shooters is what gets the views. My top 5 videos are Doom, Aliens, Colonial Marines, AVP, Extinction, and a few others like that. So, see, it doesn't really make any difference if I do something new or not. People like to see that. That's why Star Wars Year is such a good idea, because it's a bunch of classic games from a multiplicity of genres. So, yeah. And whether or not that works, I don't know. And I have not watched Review Tech USA in many years. I have no idea what he does now.
he still does stuff.
Review Tech USA?
Basically, it's doing gaming and such.
Yeah. It's not really that interesting anymore, though. It's kind of just there.
Just
Still
there.
good to use, so good for him, I suppose.
He's almost to 1 million, but yeah.
He's another one of those YouTubers that has controversial things about him.
Okay.
Not really.
Yeah. From like 6 years ago.
Oh, there's an ear rape I didn't need.
Yeah. Of course, Shadow doesn't believe I'm 6'4". Like, I'm
What?
physical.
Wait,
Physical
what?
second. Like, I mentioned my height to you, and you don't believe it because you say that I.
There's no way you're 6'4". No
Hey,
way. Hell, you're 6'4".
Well,
I have a guidance counselor that has a high. When I say.
You know what sucks when you're tall, or you have people in your family that are short? Is when there's always someone that's taller than you, and you're like,
My cousins are tall.
My cousins are taller than me.
Yeah.
My one recently has gotten a lot taller than me.
Kinda-
That's
I caught up to my cousin's height-wise, so there was that.
see, I come from a very short family, so I'm actually the tallest of the lot. So, yeah.
a lot. I'm sorry, I had to.
Exactly. See, god damn it.
It was pretty funny. My mom's short, and we were at a hardware store, and there was like a little guy there, and like, hey, there you go, a boyfriend where you can be taller than.
See, for me, like my grandfather is only 7'5", huh? No, 5'7". There we go.
Like, now, Shadow, if we ever did have a
Oh, like a
meetup,
meetup?
I'm pretty sure that basically physical evidence would just be proof enough. Basically,
You could have a hologram skin weave.
and then I'll sneak up on you, place my hands on your shoulders, bend down, look into your face, and sit down, and say, "Oh, hello there."
That would be weird. I don't know if I really want to go for that.
No, that's reserved for Shadow.
Assault cannon.
Wait,
That's
what
only
now?
reserved for Shadow.
What?
184 centimeters tall, 6 feet in imperial measurements. Dun 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 dun. Anyway,
Data,
What?
whatever happened to Retro Buff? He left just disappeared.
Wait,
You know-
what happened to Retro?
No, it's no retro buff. He's a friend of mine. Yeah, I have no idea where he exactly is, but
He's dead.
no, he's not.
Last I heard, he told Lotz in the main Discord thing he was working on something he wanted to share,
Hi.
and that was it.
Kitty.
Yeah, like
You can't sit
yeah,
on
I
the
messaged
chair.
him about it. I messaged him recently, like very early this year. I mean, like early January, and just to say like, hey, how you doing, and all that. And he's trying to get the, as far as I know, he's trying to get the project like up and running.
no, run!
Hi, Kitty.
So yeah.
I'm
God mode
sorry.
time. God mode time.
I think the last
Sorry.
time we played a game with him was probably that Quake game.
That's the problem. Like these days, compared to 2010, or 2012, was like the height of like gaming for me. I used to talk to people every day. Now it's schedule differences and stuff like that. It's somewhat difficult to do that.
It'd be cool if we could talk more.
Yeah, but everybody's.
I mean, I'm pretty much, for the most part, I'm probably the one who has the most free time because I only work at night for like 3 hours. And with I only have one college class this semester because my college is full because they keep dropping classes.
Hashtag abolish profit.
That and I now have I have a girlfriend who's a lot better than my old one.
No, kidding.
You. No, I'm kidding.
That's just the problem, though. Everybody's got different schedules and crap like that, which sucks.
Because I put no.
We got a lightsaber finally.
Oh my God! You have a loot saber. You got a laser sword.
You swing it like an axe.
Well, you know, this is still Doom, so yeah.
Oh my God! You packed up Boba Fett with a lightsaber. Holy crap! This is the best Star Wars game of all time.
I don't know if I go that.
Killed Boba Fett.
don't know if I go that far.
Academy Boba Fett appears, but you don't kill him. He just flies away like a little ding dong.
Well, okay, you know, he can't die. He has to, you know, live long enough to get clone prostate cancer.
I know. I remember from the episode 5 discussion that Wolfman was ranting about the extended lore for Boba Fett.
He doesn't.
Tastes like your mom with kisses.
You know, actually,
That was a robot chicken, baby. Sorry.
you know what? I would actually love to have Wolfman here just to talk to. No, just another voice to talk to.
Oh, I know you're fascist.
Well, Wolfman is playing RE2. If you want to know somebody who's playing RE2, it's Wolfman because
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
he's a massive fan.
Evil.
He enjoys.
Yeah.
He enjoys.
My ooh.
No.
You should contact him. You know, unfortunately, Jacques, I never actually talked to him. I was just a guy there. So, yeah. When I was at CGR, I was just a guy. Even though I was one of the more popular ones there, but whatever. Whatever. Wait, I never talked to him, and he never talked to me, so, yeah. I don't actually feel bad about that. It's just like, you know...
I'm playing Roller Tanks. I'm the only person left because I was too busy talking to you guys.
Relative Tanks. I have not played that game, nor do I intend to.
Why not? It's fun.
Just kill all. Lightsaber! Wheel, 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 wheel. I'm just...
Wait, who sounds like a bit of a Mayhole Jack? Who?
Samurai Jack?
No, Jack.
RA2. Oh, it's RE2. Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 is a survival horror video game first released in 1997 by the...
98.
Whatever.
Why do you know all this useless information?
Because it's useful. Because it's useful to somebody. You need to find the 6 switches to open the exit, watch your step, and keep on battling hard. If I wasn't live streaming, I would turn off God mode, but there's a lot of stormtroopers, and I don't want to be here all night.
Resident Edward 2.
See, all you have to do is type in slash kill all. All you have to do is it because it will kill you.
Hey, I wonder.
Because I've accidentally killed myself.
I think you're saying that Mark sounds like that an asshole.
Oh, he's
No,
not. The thing is, he had a lot of people to deal. There were a lot of people on that Undertow channel, and, you know, I was just a guy. He had his own videos to work on, you know, I mean, I don't hold that against him. I mean, when you got a lot of work to do and a short time to do it, you can't waste it by talking to some random guy that does random crap.
I'm still working on making
No!
the 1,000 subscriber special.
Shit. Not bad. I like how he screams but doesn't get hurt because, well, God mode.
Oh, you're playing the original Dark Forces, so I don't think you'll...
No, he's not. He's playing the WAD.
Check.
Oh,
He's playing WAD.
The link is in the description. This is Wardust. So this is running on the original Doom engine.
Oh, okay.
See, since everyone was so young, only Ragekill and I'd like to... Well, I wonder what Rainick was doing, but I think, like I said earlier, he's busy building a plasma cannon out of a tin can of soup.
Okay, like... Well...
There are a lot of good games that came out in 2009, such as Dragon Age Origins. That is a classic of the highest order.
Well, here's the thing, Jug. Maybe he had a bad day. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't guess it matters.
So you had a bad day.
Oh, God.
I don't really think John cares that much that Mark didn't say hi to him or anything. I don't think he
It's not a big deal, you know, because back then I was busy. That was in 2013. I was busy worrying about a lot more crap than that.
Yeah.
Like,
I messaged Wolfman and I said you're live streaming, but I put link. You're live streaming.
Oh.
okay, no, no clip,
Yes, for-
no clip.
Living streaming.
I should totally pretend. I should totally live stream the original RE2,
everybody.
just as a joke.
But I do care that Riley Flaming Wiki Cookie has declared this 10th anniversary epic.
Yes.
It is. Yes.
The thing is, Jacques, back then, I did not really... once again, I was busy. Alright, let's put it this way. In 2013, I was talking to the one person I truly want to talk to every day. So, yeah. Like,
and who is that? Oh, never mind.
who is
Alright.
it?
Yeah, let's say, yeah. Okay.
Smack you for asking me that.
She whose name shall not be spoken. Just because I don't want to end up embarrassing her inadvertently. But, yes. So,
Smack you, welcome for saying
at that point, I didn't care. It's like, Mark Bustler? Okay, cool, whatever. You know what? I'm just going to go and happy joy. But anyway, that aside.
Sometimes people just care a little too much about certain things, I might say. I'm just going to say that.
I'm
Leave
sure,
it at that.
and I'm sure Mark Bustler was also really... You gotta remember, he had a lot of stuff on his plate at that time and still does today. You know, like he was having to deal with, you know... Huh?
It's like,
Who's this Mark guy?
classic game reviews? Classic game reviews, right?
thought
Classic game room.
Yeah,
Classic
Room.
game room.
Room.
I don't know what that is.
Room.
Oh, come on, you don't know? One of my first videos of that guy was about the PlayStation 1 controller, and that was not the DualShock, intimately.
Okay, is this one? Okay, I'm
I
trying
thought
to...
DualShock came out with PlayStation 2.
No, well, I did with
No,
the
the
two...
DualShock was the PS1 thing, and then I think for PS2 it was called the DualShock 2.
Correct. I
So
think.
yeah.
I'm a PC gamer, so I wouldn't know such things.
Wolfman's like, why do people want to hear me talking?
Because you're
It's
cool.
just like, we just like ya.
We interact with other human beings that...
We communicate via
See,
our mouths.
one of the reasons why I didn't do as many videos back in like 2013 and 12 was just because I was busy, you know, doing things I really wanted to do.
It was also a different time then.
Yeah, but it was a good time. I still got to do a lot. All the, you know what's funny though? There's been a suggestion from some people that the videos in that time were not as good as later videos. However, the view counts would beg to differ. Just saying. Just saying. Every video from that time period was actually more successful than any video afterwards. No joke. No joke. I do not know why.
Oh, here's some spicy thing. This isn't even about Sonic. So apparently Jack is gonna say rumor about Mark making right money for Sony to talk crap about Forza 3.
Man, laser power generator.
What is this? What is this? Like what? If it's like Forza 3, that would be
Might join. I don't know.
keyword being like.
Like Mike. You know what movie I need to review at some point though? Solo. With Mario Van Peebles.
Did you say Han Solo?
No. Solo with Mario Van Peebles.
No,
Oh,
everyone in here is like, who the fuck are you talking about?
Oh yeah, it's that movie about this robot that wants to feel human feelings and well.
What the hell?
And it's
Okay, hold on.
Wow,
Okay.
I can't believe Taylor knows this.
Yeah, that's cool, but I gotta mention this
I
real quick.
know this because of John.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey, John,
Literally-
you're gonna hate. Oh, good.
Okay, this exploded, and now there's just random burning barrels here for some reason.
Like, I know this because of either Journey to Internet or OpenGL. It's either one or the other.
God, don't mention those. That was the worst shit ever.
Apparently, I remember quote-unquote subjectively horrible shit.
Why do you like them? Okay, is that the thing? Is that what kids today want? Utter crap? I mean...
Why do you think they play Fortnite?
I don't play Fortnite.
Is that what the
What are you
kids today
talking
want?
about?
They want the Fortnites, and they want, like, utter dreck. It's like, come on, OpenGL, surely none of you in the audience...
Wait, was that a Republic Commando
Like-
last year back there?
No.
Like, I'm just an information sponge. with certain things.
Well,
Then again,
that's why the
like-
Predator's gonna come after you, because next stage of human evolution.
Oh yeah. Don't even think that.
I like. There's a time where basically I would play video games with like outside audio playing in the background.
That's what
game, like commentary. Then I started just listening to podcasts while I game, and then you can play podcasts with me. Got it.
Well, back when I would play like on Xbox One or something like that, I didn't have anybody to talk to. I would have and having
You
played.
can talk to
play-
yourself.
no, I would have the and having played playlist going on in the background.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Friends, who needs them, right?
Incidentally, as a little bit of an experiment, I was on Tasper 3 again in Jedi Academy with a staff saber, and I decided, hey, I want to play Decassidence by Jasper Brine, the track in Hotline Miami 2, just to see how that works. Sort of, but at the same time, it's Star Wars, so you can't. Synthwave in Star Wars is a very, very hard thing to do, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you just need that orchestral stuff, you know? Star Wars with the art style and all that. You just think of that orchestralness.
Yeah,
Come
that
on,
can
it's hilarious. There's like, aside from the flame barrels, you got like crates and like.
exactly.
Real quick, John. There was a Sith who had a double-bladed blue lightsaber. Do you remember who that was?
Me. I don't know.
Sith the blue double-bladed lightsaber?
Yeah, in Jedi Academy you can have one. It's the extended. It's the mod that has it so you can pick like. Any
XR Kun, but he did not have.
Yeah, that's the
Knights
XR
of the
Kun.
Force? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, in Jedi Academy, they have a mod where you can pick basically any build you want. Double bladed, single blade. They had the dark saber in there from Clone Wars.
Oh yeah,
The
that's
dark
not
saber.
Like,
Clone
that's
Wars.
They had a- you can. Okay,
dude, like that's got to be Knights of the Force then.
yeah, I think it is.
Vapum.
Because you can have Exar Kun's lightsaber. It's as short as a single one, but when you throw it, you can throw it, but it works like a double bladed.
Well, that
You
works.
can have both blades out at the same time.
2 blades, 1 saber.
See, I'd have to install Jedi Academy manually on this computer. I can't use the Steam version because I don't know how to install mods with Steam.
I kind of got like around with like off on the Steam. I like with like I think a Jedi Academy has there was like a application for actually that I
Well,
did, like
My thing is when I go to the Steam folder and you're supposed to go to common, there's
Yeah.
no games in it. There's no games in there. There's like
Well,
1 or 2.
That's always
and
the
you're
problem.
telling me- wait a second. Are
Alright.
you saying that in the comments folder there's no folders of any games?
There's like 2 games, but it's like Doom 2016 and like some other game.
So
That
do
sounds
you have
weird.
another? Do you have like another hard drive or anything? By any chance?
Yeah, but it's all on 1 hard drive.
You have another
Almost
drive,
is.
but
I have 2 hard drives, my main and then my mass storage one. But everything for Steam is in the mass storage.
Weird.
alright. So yeah, like I think for like Gunslingers Academy, when I basically kind of looked into that mod a bit, tried to like I think someone like asked about the Steam version, and I think the author. Now, don't quote me on this or anything. But I think the author said something along the lines of like, "Oh, I only have like the
Ooh.
original disc copy version."
Hold on a second, hold on a second, hold on a second. Got a really cool water level here. This is an excellent mod pack.
I will be downloading it.
Link in the description. That's cool. This is an excellent mod. I really do recommend this like you wouldn't believe. Because
you have God mode on, so they don't really know how it's going on.
I only turned it on God mode now because I'm tired. And I've been going for 2 hours and I don't really want to have to like play really well.
No.
So yeah. When we get in our old doddering years, we can't just game and game and game.
Is that what you just said?
Yes.
What's happening?
I'd recommend you to Webster's Online Dictionary, version 5.0.
Alright.
Wink, 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 wink. Wink, wink,
How do you
wink, wink,
spell that?
stabby, 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 stab. I
It's
don't
more like slashy, slashy, slashy.
kill all. I mean, correct all. I can just picture rain. That's like, well, that's a dark side point.
How do you spell that?
I don't know. Just Google daughter. I don't know. Jim daughter. Kane Hunter.
By the way, yeah.
All I
Oh.
can see is something with mother and father.
Okay, that's just
I didn't
weird.
say anything like that. No.
That's just,
Like mother and father and stuff like that.
just vaporize everything. Violation of what? Alright, so after I live stream this for the 10th anniversary, what I intend to do is I'm going to live stream in its entirety Rogue Squadron. I'm going to pick that back up. And then eventually live stream all of the original Dark Forces. Mainly,
Like all the way through.
yeah, because I got over halfway done with Rogue Squadron the other day, so
Yeah.
I might as well finish.
Did you stop because of what time it was, or was it because you came in?
A bit of both. I was like, fuck it, because that was really difficult.
Yeah, I could tell you're getting frustrated.
The big problem with Rogue Squadron is it's definitely a game that is very difficult. See, this game, even if I didn't have God Mode on, I'd be able to do a lot better.
Why are there still Hell Knights and Mancubists? And I want variants of that flying creature.
Wait, what?
For the mod, they still have some Doom enemies in here.
Yeah, this was never actually finished because Disney made them stop. What
Oh
the?
no,
Stop.
Disney.
Really? Disney.
Yeah. Well, that's why they took it off of ModDB. You can
Really?
only get it off of MediaFire.
Disney
Really?
sucks.
Mhm.
Well,
It's a
actually,
Doom law.
I can't say that because I'm going to Disney this summer, and I'm going to be bringing back everything Star Wars that I bought.
This summer.
40 lightsabers, 50 action figures, a life-size snowspeeder.
Not bad.
Like,
If I-
serious question, can they actually do that? That's a Doom law.
They can do whatever they want because they have money. So, yes.
Fine.
I feel like it's infringing on copyright. Of course, they're going to do whatever they want to take money from people.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
And fun, that too. They want to take fun away.
Silver Wings, that's much easier said than done. I'm not going to be getting any gold medals. I just want to finish it, you know? And collecting the weapon upgrades? Holy crap. Yeah. I would like to get the homing missiles, if only for the last mission in Rogue Squadron. Because the last mission in Rogue Squadron, you really, really need them. But, yeah, playing that on a live stream is not an easy prospect, especially the original N64 version. I was able to do pretty well on the PC version, but I wanted to live stream the original, so... It is not an easy prospect to beat that game. In fact, one of the things I'm going to mention in the review is that back in the day, I did not actually finish the game. You see, I was going to mention that in Shadows of the Empire as well. In those days, I had way less patience than I do today. So back then, what I did is I would usually get to a point where I felt like I could not progress any further, or I ran out of patience, and I just cheated. So, with Rogue Squadron, I just cheated. Oh, what was the old cheat? I think it's like, I give up. Oh yeah, I think that is...
It's there is no try.
Okay. And then unlocks everything. So...
No, it just skips the level.
Okay, then I don't know what the one that is that unlocks everything. Maybe it is I give up, but whichever the case may be. I did that with Bounty Hunter as well. See, with Bounty Hunter, I eventually got so pissed off by it. I do remember the cheat for this one. I just cheated the game to be complete. And the cheat for that...
Lazy.
Wait, what?
Lazy.
No, see, the actual thing is Stardate Constitution. That doesn't make any sense. The cheat for that is the Mandalorian Way. You type that into that particular game, Bounty Hunter, and you unlock all the levels, all the bonus content and everything. It's beautiful. Now for the review though, I'm gonna actually play it all through. And for Rogue Squadron, the review, I played it all the way through. I did not cheat or give myself God mode or even use save states.
Why don't I believe that?
Well, you'll see it in the review. See, whereas this, you know, I'm just playing it God mode now because I'm tired and I just want to try to finish this entire game or this entire mod. This is an excellent mod. I gotta tell you. This,
like I said, I'm gonna download it.
it is so impressive. Now, this is not Wardust. This is the Wardust only is the weapons and enemies. This mod here you can easily find, and it's called Spacewars. Doomed Spacewars in particular.
It has to be the Doomed Space Wars. Not just any Space Wars, it's the Doomed Space Wars.
So yeah. Right now I'm actually trying to beat Rogue Squadron 2 in my own time. I'm going to review that, and I'm actually stuck on Battle Endor. That Millennium Falcon must have, like, armor of tissue paper.
Oh, I bet.
What difficulty are you playing it on?
Whatever's the base difficulty. I do not play games on hard mode because, as I always say, I do not want to memorize damage tables. I'm just here to have fun. That's it.
You probably call me a card, but I try to play everything on hard now.
Yeah, see, I never did that. Never did that as a kid, and I surely do not do that today.
Well, it is probably gonna take that too. But every time I play anything on easy, I get bored.
Yeah, I never was what you'd call a particularly skilled gaming individual.
From what I've seen, it seems just fine.
So yeah.
I feel like somewhat of a turning point for me, almost somewhat when it came down to game difficulties when I beat Quick on a Nightmare.
Yeah, I never even tried that.
Halo 4 on Legendary on my own.
I wouldn't do that with a controller.
Ooh, that's really cool. This is a really awesome mod. I mean, right now I'm just kind of bullshitting my way through it, just by smacking everything with a lightsaber. I'm actually going to have to come back and play it all the way through, because this has got to be the best Doom. I like this mod more than Doom, Project Brutality, and I actually prefer this to just about any other level pack I've ever played.
Oh, I can't keep watching, it's making me sick.
Oh,
You just made me very sick.
What?
Because you've never played Alien. That's the case.
Huh?
Well, I have played the Alien mod.
I said Alien Vendetta.
Oh, I think I have played that. That sounds familiar.
There's a reason why I
It's
can't
the
play
best
it.
megawatt ever made. Creative.
Yeah?
It's general consensus. It's the greatest megawatt ever created.
I don't know. This is pretty good.
I forget, I feel like playing another song or two and
Play Alien Vendetta. Oh my god.
Well, I'm about to end the stream in 3 hour at the 3 hour mark because I'm already tired, and I might eat one more piece of pecan pie. I don't care if
Alien
it's.
Vendetta came out in 2003, by the way.
You gonna stick around after the stream for a little bit, or not tonight?
Let's see. What's tonight? Friday. I might. Or Saturday.
Saturday night.
Yeah, I'll get on tomorrow though.
Huh? Oh, you will?
Yeah. Well, maybe not streaming, but
Well, yeah. Good.
I shall see about that. So I'll see you later.
Alright. Well, I'm not gonna be. I'm just playing like 3 beats stickers, but it's not gonna take me more than 10 minutes.
You got nothing to do on a Saturday night?
As long as I don't accidentally break my computer monitor because I keep smacking into it.
Yeah, you didn't do that. That would be a bad idea.
Oh yeah, it's cost me $250. I don't have that kind of money right now.
$250 dowry dues. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to get the best I could for my first real gaming PC. That's why I saved up for a year and a half to buy it.
Well, when I built my PC in 2008, my monitor was a Hans G monitor, and it cost me a grand total of $89. It was a 19-inch.
This one is a Omen. Oh, no, that's a lot.
Well, Jacques, your secret is safe with me, Superman. Your secret's safe with me, Iron Man. Hey, you gotta stop smoking.
No. It's my ass. There's a lot of dust.
I mean, you gotta stop smoking that with three. I mean, never mind.
W3D. I know.
3D ramen.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Emergency
there's a
from a
spider.
national water service in Springfield. Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna kill the spider.
Spider
Kill a
X.
speeder?
Come here, you little bastard.
Spider X.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it.
Spidex.
And says that he regrets spreading the
You
rumor.
referenced
So,
Death
alright.
Alright. Just give all. I'm tired. I'm tired. Ooh, that's cool.
Like, not all rumors are true, so let's just say. As of now.
So you know what? For me, no one
That's
really
true.
cares when it comes to rumors for me because it's like nobody knows who I am most of the time, or that I even exist. So it's like, oh yeah, did you hear that General Lotz guy? He did Boost General Lotz. That's the first thing
Oh.
they're gonna say.
That General Lotz guy, he did a positive review on the Crisis, but Triple G Man Lives did a negative review on the Crisis. So I don't know who to trust anymore on the game of Crisis.
It's the game of Strifus. Richard
No,
Dreyfuss.
it's the Crisis.
That's the joke.
No. He's a general and he's got lots. Hey, how about you come in
And
here?
hello, Carl. Or Carlos. We'll give him a Star Wars name. Carlos. Carlos. I am exhausted now. I got kind of like that little eye strain right here. Let's see, where was I? So yeah, overall, this is a pretty good mod. I don't know how many. I must have wiped out like half the Stormtrooper Corps by this point. It's like I've just eradicated like all of these Stormies. It's ridiculous. He's got a lot of lots.
You wiped out a lot of platoons.
Yeah, you know what? They're all clones anyway. They're meat droids. Yeah, I said it.
But what about the Camino Uprising, where they decided to recruit after a clone rebellion?
So you know what's actually kind of cool about that is that goes to show you that just run to the exit. I'm tired. Just let me finish the level. Stardate Constitution. Star Tomb! And yeah, I too miss LucasArts. Although this is not a LucasArts game. What this actually is a Doom mod. It's well, okay. The weapons are a total conversion called Wardust. Link in the description. And the level is Spacewars. Doomed Spacewars. Literally just do a Google search. You'll be able to find it instantly.
Yeah.
This is the closest thing to a 2.5D Dark Forces 2 you'll ever get. Stop, rebel scum.
Oh, Respawn Entertainment, huh?
Respawn Entertainment is making a Star Wars game with a single-player campaign. We'll see.
Yeah, Respawn Entertainment did Titanfall 2.
Oh god, you know it's gonna be like 2 hours long, and it's like we gotta stop the terrorists. Don't you mean the Imperials? The terrorists, man. My god, when will we learn? Dun 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 da 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 da. QTE, what It's like, take this rifle, my son. Go use it on the Empire that has. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Go use it on the Empire, my son. You shall avenge our family. Remember the way of the machito. I don't know. That was midcast.
I don't know. If it's a Star Wars thing.
Well,
Jet blasters on full. This is
we're all Japanese.
This is an absolutely excellent mod. I would play it more seriously, but it's like I've got hand fatigue. I've got wank wrist.
How about this? This is a Doom. It has Doom monsters. It has Star Wars. How about we have protagonists, aka playing the person who's playing us right now, have Lil Wang's voice clips from the original Shadow Warrior.
Yeah, that'd be a little weird.
That's kind have a point. It's just gonna be strange.
Yeah, but I want it to be fitting though, because this is still fitting. You could just say it's Palps's Sith Beasts. Hey, he used to make them. It's sort of like his hobby.
But what about Tech Beast?
The what?
No, wait, no. What were they? Electro Beast, Tech Beast, what were they? Techno Beasts, yeah, those things. They had Iris transforms, like living tissue into droids.
Yeah, there was that.
Droids that Techno Beasts.
Shadows of the Empire. I actually did a whole video on that. In short, excellent game. Stands the test of time in many instances. Just look on the channel and you'll see a full 40-minute review of it. I review not only the game, but the toy line, the comic, the book, and a few other things as well. I specifically reviewed the PC version because the PC version actually has pretty good controls and runs well on modern systems, or at least it ran well on my modern system. Just blast a... See, this would be... If I was more awake, this would still be tough, but doable.
I'm back.
Yeah, I'm about to go and end the stream. Because I've been going for 3 hours, and you know...
Yeah, I liked Techno Beasts in books and comics.
Techno War.
Techno Beasts.
I look in the chat and I see QuickTime events and it makes me remember just go QuickTime player.
That was a 2009 thing.
Wait,
That used to be one of the few ways to watch movie trailers.
This summer, Neo's back. I honestly don't know what the Matrix 2 trailer looked like, because
but it's also the dream of Keanu Reeves.
Matrix 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, I'm glad that Keanu Reeves got a new franchise, the John Wick series. Like, hot damn.
I've heard that John Wick's actually pretty good, so...
John Wick 5, Electric Bug Alive. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Oh, Wolfman's trying to join.
Oh, well...
He's gonna join the last 5 minutes before I go to sleep.
It's a special feature.
That's fine.
But everyone's been waiting for him.
Yeah, stuff he has to do anyways.
Such as Resident Evil 2, the...
He hasn't even got to play it yet.
Oh.
Oh, crap.
Resident Evil 2, The Return of Ganon.
Resident Evil 2 with the return of Ganon.
Link returns.
The Fountain of Youth. Honestly, that guy is not aging.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an observation.
Keanu does kind of look like a vampire. Vampire! Varney the vampire!
Keanu Reeves is a vampire.
Perhaps. How old is he?
At least 106, I think. Stab him! Varney the vampire is actually a real thing, by the way.
Barney the vampire?
No, Varney the vampire. Actually predates Bram Stoker's Dracula by a few years.
Huh.
I liked Van Helsing. Why does everybody hate everything I love?
Keanu's 54.
54? Holy crap.
He was born in 1964.
He's actually older than my mother.
I think maybe he and my dad are near the same age. Holy crap.
Dust Vulcan, son of Keanu, confirmed.
On today,
No.
Is Keanu old enough to be my dad?
Cool, son, I'm your dad. I'm going to star in the next movie. I'm going to do a lot of work with my acting job, and I want you to be here.
Well, or you'll be erased from the Matrix.
Keanu in acting with quotation marks?
Hey, I thought his acting was okay. It's better than Hayden Christensen's, I'll tell you that.
Ooh, Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
Keanu Reeves is Anakin Skywalker.
Whoa, man. It's like the dark side?
You know, I feel like that
Palpatine's a
would
Sith
make-
Lord. That's
You know,
bogus.
You know, if I was Anakin Skywalker, I'd probably do an even worse job. I'm pretty sure.
Actually, I can just picture like Anakin Obi-Wan. Wild stallions. Or is it Wild
Well,
Stallion?
Yeah.
This picture's like, well, technically it's Wild Stallion, not Stallions.
Anakin Obi-Wan's excellent adventure.
Yeah, in the books they kind of had excellent.
He also voiced Ted in the cartoon series.
There's an animated series for that. What didn't get an animated series in the early 90s?
RoboCop, for whatever
Weird, I feel like
reason, even
we had
has
this
an animated
conversation.
series.
I don't know.
Like RoboCop, it has a death where there's a guy that's like mutated or whatever, gets hit by a car.
I would
That
definitely
gets a
recommend
TV show.
Ooh.
Bill and Ted's sequel about his journey. It's pretty good.
I saw that as a young lad. Like how it's just turning around and around and around.
Like,
You know, only they could have made Bill and Ted meet Wayne's World.
You know, that would be an interesting thing. But sadly, they're now all way too old for such things.
like,
It can still happen.
Well, see if they redid it, it'd probably be an all-female cast.
And then, oh my god! The proto-Matrix film, Join My Mind.
you're going to,
Johnny Mnemonic. I like that movie, actually.
I think
going to
Dolph
devour
Lundgren's
our
the villain.
souls.
I must break you. Oh.
Now, I really like the attractive female in that one. I found her to be most agreeable. She's like, now I'm just too tired to play. I'm just like, can I beat the WAD already so I don't have to come and play it again? I mean, I like it, but 3 hours of it is just...
Agreed. Just.
He gets a lot of shit for his role in Dracula.
I know, I need to watch that Dracula movie, because I bet it's not as bad as those critics say it is.
I've only seen it once, but I don't remember it being terrible.
Yeah,
I know
so
what's his face play Dracula? I forgot his name.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah. Which was the best live-action Commissioner Gordon?
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
He was also the best thing in the RoboCop remake.
Yeah, he wasn't too bad in that either. The RoboCop remake could have been better had they not called it RoboCop and just called it, you know, Space Cop.
It felt like a superhero origin story. Like I almost wanted a sequel to it, but it didn't happen.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't RoboCop, but it was a decent Robo-Man kind of thing.
It was Robert Cobb.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. It felt like it felt like they could have been
Look
like
at
a
Robert Cobb over here. And here's our favorite superhero fighting alliance. It's right. With us.
Robert Cobb.
And the wolf.
Robert the Cop.
Okay.
We're talking about Keanu Reeves and it went to RoboCop.
Keanu Reeves is RoboCop. You know that?
Okay, finally. Got that door open.
Oh, because we're talking about Dracula and then Gary Oldman, that's why.
Dracula, RoboCop, Keanu Reeves, Clove.
Oh no, now I gotta try to fix your audio, Wolfman, so the audience can hear you. One moment. Okay, please wait while I fix the audio. The audio.
Someone in the chat said Van Damme and Cyborg. I don't think I've actually seen all of that movie.
Okay, so your user volume is as loud as it'll go, so... if you can't hear Wolfman, well, you just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, what else is there?
'Cause I'm busy trying to kill, everything. Because the Empire evidently hired a bunch of Mandalorians and Barons of Hell, because, mod. Okay, you know this is not going to end well when there's a shitload of backpacks teleport in. So far this has been an absolutely amazing little mod.
What better way to crush the rebels come by raising armies of one angel related to fight for another.
Well, we're about to destroy the chaos machine. Alright, what does the chaos machine look like? And it is just more doors. That's the only problem with some Doom WODs. Like this, it's like, oh, come on. It does get old after a while. That's why you need, like, story and all the rest. Because you can only blow away so many, you know, Barons of Hell and Stormtroopers.
I suddenly remember, like, Wolf, you had, like, a comment about, you know, like, the special editions of, like, Empire, or, like, you'll change the appearance of the Emperor, like, what he looks like, and all that.
Oh, I hated that.
Yeah. It's like, how do you just basically describe to the very latter? It just cracked me up. To be quite.
It's a Star Wars. They can change anything on the fly and you can fix it.
Just a second.
Oh, well, unfortunately, Wolfman, I'm actually going to stop the stream because I've been going 3 hours and I'm exhausted. So, today has been a 10-year anniversary of the YouTube channel, and I've also live-streamed a great deal of Doomed Space Wars with the Wardust mod. It's excellent, but like with so many Doom WODs, eventually you just kind of get exhausted from shooting Stormtrooper or enemy after enemy, whichever the case may be. Next time, I'm going to be live streaming the rest of Rogue Squadron. But for now, I'm, of course, General Lotz, and I have been joined by...
That's Vulcan, the autistic volcano.
Love it.
And we're all going to wish you good, video game. Whatever.
I have nothing to add to that.
Well, whatever. Makes you happy.
Makes you happy? Yeah.